chips. It's fishing time. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Good morning. One second. There we go. Good morning! Good morning, good morning! It's been so long. Wait, how long has it been? 2-3 days? Ken, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Welcome back to the Bite-Sized Chips, W Ken. Thank you so much, YT Borg, for the gifted membership, WYT Borg. Haven't greeted everyone for a long time. There's not many of you here today. Let me greet every one of you one by one. Good morning, YT Borg. Good morning, Cole. Good morning, Hamachakuri. Good morning, Aneb. Good morning, Jackus. Good morning, Delta. Good morning, Comlin. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Mephi. Good morning, Zaku. Good morning, Mr. Five. Good morning, Zero. Good morning, Kumari. Good morning, Wristwatch. Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Gertrude. Good morning, Danogon. Good morning, Skit. Good morning, JP. Exclamation mark, work. You're at a wedding. Whose wedding? Whose wedding are you at? Good morning, Chloe. Good morning, Leighton. Okay, I think that's everyone. Hi, Fish. It was so nice seeing you at San Japan. Hello. If there's anyone from San Japan, hello. It's a good thing you came to my stream. I threatened a lot of people to subscribe to me. I threatened loads of people. I was like, show me your phone right now. Show me that you subbed to my channel. She missed us, guys. I don't even know who you guys are. Who are you? Why am I here? Why am I streaming?
$13.37 has been fished from Beans. Thanks for keeping this server running. I still can't believe she made me bald.
I don't know what he's talking about. I actually don't know. So Beans came to my meet and greet at San Beans came to a meet and greet. Good morning, Beans. And Beans was like shiny headed and bald. And Beans was like, this happened to me right before your meet and greet. I swear I wasn't bald before I had hair. But you know what? You know what it is? Beans was the only one who was brave enough to come in his true form. The rest of you come in wigs. But you know, Beans was the one who was okay with me, you know, proving me correct. Like, all of you guys are bald. I didn't make him bald. He was just born that way. And that's okay, guys. That's okay. I told you. I'll still accept you even if you're bald and dumb. No brain. But thank you so much for the server contribution. Good morning, Ghost Beat. Good morning, college. Oh. YT Borg, thank you so much for another gifted membership. Thank you, WYT Borg. I did not make you bald, Beans. You were already bald. Exclamation mark Beans, by the way. You did what, Fish? I did nothing. Did nothing of the sort. Beans is the bravest chip, actually. He's actually the bravest chip. See, the rest of you are too scared to prove me right, so you come in wigs. You glue it down. It's super glue, gorilla glue. The Beans came in his full bald self. Shiny head. Shiny scalp. Hello, Cole. Right, hold on. I'm just gonna drink some water. Actually, you created the chips, so you did in fact make us bald. I didn't create you guys. You guys came to my streams and you basically created yourselves. You guys already existed. You came to my streams and you're collectively bald at the same time. It was your birthday yesterday? Happy birthday, Cole! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's my water bottle, sorry. Happy birthday, dear Cole. Happy birthday to you. I can't clap because I have a water bottle in my hand. If you show up bored and stupid, you can double the learning. There's nothing in the way to prevent the intake of knowledge. You know, that's so true. And you know what I heard? If you're bald, the knowledge enters your brain faster because there's no barrier. You don't have hair. And I mean, you guys would know since you're bored. Raccoon, thank you so much for 6 months of Overclock memberships. 6 months have flown by. Hope to keep being here for many more and witness you doing even greater things. Wow. I actually do have great things. Many, many great things. Many great things planned. Many, many, many great things planned. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, what is something? My PC's lagging a bit and I don't know why. Ah! Why is this lagging? What is wrong? Oh well. Yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, I do have lots of things planned actually. It's just a bit annoying because I can't really... I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm just not on my home PC, right? And you know, when you're at your own PC, you feel a bit more comfortable working on it, and there's everything's there. I'm not on my home PC, so I can't just like comfortably and quickly do things. But I do have stuff planned, including lots of gifts for the chips. There's lots of gifts that I promise as soon as I get back to Japan, which is like 2 weeks, I think. Actually, let me count down. Let me count down the exact days. It is 2 weeks, I think. About 10 days. About 10 days till I'm back. You guys can count down. Make a little calendar and put crosses on it. 10 days till I'm back. I've got lots of stuff planned. And especially, I know it sounds like it's far away because it's only been like 8 months. But I do have like stuff planned for the 1 year anniversary. Like I'm already planning for it. I know. It's like, wow, what are you planning for when it's like 4 months away? Because big things means you gotta plan super early. And I've got like some exciting stuff ready, I guess, for you guys. So pinky promise. I'm holding my pinky out right now. If you can't see it, it's because you're blind. If anyone plans a chip meetup at any convention, bring board caps or shave your head for the bit. Actually, this is what College did. When College met me at Anime Expo, he was his bald self. His regular bald self. But then he pulled it off and showed that he had hair underneath. I was like, why would you wear a bald cap on top of a wig? Like, why would you do that? Just show me your normal bald head. It's okay. Yeah, but it escapes our heads faster too. So what you gotta do is you gotta put the knowledge in your head, and then you put your wig on to trap the knowledge. Does fish sound softer today, or am I losing it? So basically, I'm in the living room today, and everyone's here. Everyone's playing and doing their own thing, and I don't want to like talk loud and disturb everyone, so I'm speaking a bit quietly. I am like speaking a little bit quietly, but you can still hear me fine. I think volume is okay. You don't have your full hacking arsenal, exactly. And you know, a true hacker like me knows when you don't have like 10 monitors and 3 PCs and a whole server, you can't just do your work normally. But once I get back, trust me, I'm gonna hack into the mainframe. I'm gonna get everything done really fast. We kind of have to, because I'm like missing a lot of deadlines right now. This year has flown by. Better to plan now than later. Well, with me, right, I always plan ahead, because planning last minute, especially when you need to commission stuff, right, it doesn't work out. And you got to pay a lot more when you commission things last minute. So I've been... Huh? Talking to me. Oh. Yeah, I've been planning for my 1 year anniversary since like a month ago. Because it's better that I have everything planned ahead than rushing to get it done. But there was like other stuff that I had to rush and do, which caused some other delays. But I guess I'll talk about it in the membership stream next month, maybe? By next month, I mean October. I'll talk about it in October because I can't exactly talk about it yet. But I'll talk about it in October because there's lots of things coming up. I know I'm sounding super cryptic right now, like something's coming up. We have loads of things planned. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, she's just making it up. I'm not making it up. There are stuff planned. There's lots of stuff planned. There has been in the works for a while. Some things were delayed, unfortunately. Was out of our control. But you'll see when these things come out, and then when they come out, then I'll be able to talk about it. Fish hates procrastinating. Oh no, I love procrastinating. I love it. I always procrastinate, which is the issue. So that's why I like to plan ahead, because I'm not, you know, a masochist. I don't like suffering. So I try to get things sorted in advance. She's taking us behind the barn, like old Yella. Guys, I'm not gonna take you out and sacrifice you for my 1 year anniversary. If I were to do that, put you all in the deep fryer, I'll serve you up as crispy chips. I hear hacking is impossible without a swivel chair. You're so right, Mr. Five. You're so right. The thing is, I'm not sitting on a swivel chair right now. For the past month, I've been sitting on a, you know, like a kitchen table chair, the wooden one, the one with no wheels. That's the kind of chair I've been sitting in. I haven't been able to do my hacking. It's my, you know, I'm on holiday from hacking right now, so like the world's in danger. Hello, Taco. Hold on. Making us wait. Where's Spoiler Fish? We haven't had a membership stream for actually a while. We haven't had one for a while. There's actually, I don't know, because I spoiled you guys on a lot of stuff in the last membership stream, and I feel like I haven't released the stuff I've spoiled because everything's kind of been on standstill while I've been here. But to be honest, I didn't expect to be this busy when I got here as well. Like, maybe you guys are wondering, what has she been doing for like the past month? Why is she so busy? I'll talk about it a little bit today, actually, even though it's not a membership stream. I'll be a little bit, you know, I won't be so, what's the word? Detailed about it, but I want to explain like what I've been up to. It's so annoying though. It's a lot of legal stuff, unfortunately, so it's not interesting things. So simple art. Good morning. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. MV, thank you for 6 months of overclock memberships. Is today 6 months? What's the date today? 31st. Well, that's like 2 weeks after I opened my memberships, right? I can't believe Fish is gonna pull out the Switch on us pork chips on the 1 year anniversary. That's, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would I pull out the, you know, take out the chips? Can't game without your gamer chair. That's where the aimbot comes from. I haven't even been gaming. That's probably why, because I don't have my gamer chair. I don't use aimbot though. Metal Wolf Player, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships. W Metal Wolf, thank you so much. It's good to see you again as well. Good morning. Zero, thank you for 6 months. I'm jealous of you, Fish. You got to meet all these pretty ladies this month. Wait, who? Who are you talking about, Zero? Wait, Zero, what are you referring to? 4 weeks? It's been like 4 weeks? I've been away? Hasn't it been like over a month? Taco, thank you for 2 months of overclock memberships. Where are you taking us, McDonald's? Yeah, you know what? You know what? We'll have a McDonald's party for my 1 year anniversary. Yeah. We'll have a McDonald's party. Have you ever had a McDonald's... Did you ever have a McDonald's party when you were a kid? Did your parents ever do a McDonald's birthday party for you? Did you have those in America? I feel like we've talked about this before. Why do I feel like I've got deja vu right now? Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken, again. Hello. Notice the stream right now. Hello, Maho. I think I did do a... I think Comlin did a ping in the Discord. Yeah, he did. Thank you, Comlin. McDaniels? Is that the legally distinct McDonald's? I did have a McDonald's party back when they had the bacteria-filled play... Yes! Yes, they had like the kids playing pen thing. Yeah, that's when I had my McDonald's birthday party. There were like loads of kids and everyone had Happy Meals. You just had your shower? Let's got it. Is it really hot in Japan still? I think it is, right? Feels like 45 degrees apparently. Having one is one of my earliest memories. Same, I was like really young. I think I was like 2 or 3. Like I think I only remember it because there were photos of it. I don't actually have memories of the actual experience. I just remember seeing the photos. A lot of McDonald's stopped though. I guess it's not profitable for them to do that anymore. Right? They don't earn like enough from doing it. Probably. Everything's about money these days. That's why I'm a hacker. Can I get some chicken nuggets?
Thanks for keeping this server running. Can I get some chicken nuggets?
You're putting in your McDonald's orders already. Hey, do you think I work at a McDonald's? Do I look like a McDonald's to you? Do I look like a McDonald's to you? If we have a McDonald's party, yes, I'll get you some nuggies. We'll get some nuggies. We'll get kids meals. We'll get the nuggies and chips and the fruit pieces, the apple pieces. Good morning, Delta. The Macca's party was solid, eh? Up in the slide, lads. Did I do a good accent? Did I sound very New South Wales? おはようございます。日本はまだ暑いですよ。暑いの無理だったわ。I hate the hot weather. エアコン全部マックスにする。Actually, but you don't need a aircon in the UK though. It's actually alright. Like it's not too hot here. McDaniel's has a ring to it. Wait, Dan, is your name actually Dan or is it Daniel? McDaniel. But yeah, thank you so much, Chloe, for the server contribution. W Chloe, thank you so much. Modernization has killed children's spaces like play places, and they're like, yeah, it's actually like I was talking to some of my friends about this. I was actually watching a TV program today about schools. Is McDonald your true name? Me? No, McDonald is not my true name. Hello, Blue. Holy heck, is that you, Fuse? Wait, what's Fuse's? Oh, I haven't played Apex for so long. Here comes my knuckle cluster. Oh, Fusey. Can you pick your Happy Meal toy? Depends. If it's a bad toy, you're not allowed to pick. If it's a toy that I want, I'll pick and I'll take it. That's a trade secret. McDaniels is decent. My friend Daniel hates them, so I get to going for him. We can just make it all our own names. McFish's. Would you go to a fast food place called McFish? And they sell only fillet of fish. We'll still have some McDonald's with some play places, but they're so abandoned nobody touches them. Abandoned, as in like they're dirty and like unused. So nobody wants to because of hygiene reasons. I thought you were a pro Apex streamer, you know. Back in my heyday I was. But things have changed. Things have changed. You know, I haven't played games for like a month. It feels really weird. Like I've had what, almost 2 weeks with this laptop now. The first week I was in New York, so I wasn't able to use it much because I was so busy. Well, I was using it for con stuff, but I wasn't using. I played Apex on it, but I didn't use it for my own free time. But this week, what have I been doing? That's what I wanted to talk about. What I've been up to. Hold on, let me see. I need to look at my calendar because I don't even remember what I've been doing this whole week. Hold on. Yeah, I think he says, could I bum a ciggy off the Atoti Acro? I don't think he says that. The knockoff one literally had a PS3 as the latest thing in it. PS3! Back in my day. The McDonald's party for kids didn't have any consoles, they just had the clown. I don't go to any fast food fish spot, only authentic family-owned businesses. Fish spot though, like what's... You wouldn't call McDonald's a fish spot even though they have a fish burger. You'll need a training art to rebuild the gaming senses. I'm actually so scared to like go home and start playing games again, especially like Mega Break, because I've been away for so long. I feel like I'm gonna be so bad, like extra bad. And I'm gonna get irritated at myself. But yeah, I haven't had time to like play games on this laptop. Have you gotten to play Marvel Rivals or Give Me and her classmates? No! I see, they were all playing yesterday. I was so jealous. I wanted to join them. Hold on, why couldn't I play yesterday? I was doing something. I had... Oh yeah, I had some work to do. They were playing in the evening. And I had... Firstly, I had my San Japan meet and greet, so I was doing that. And then after that, I had to quickly do some work. Some fish work. Some things that were due. People will be so cracked at Mega Break now. I know. That's going to make me feel annoyed because everyone's going to be so good because they've all had the time to play and I haven't. We have a place called Long John Silver's. Never seen anyone go into it. They sell fish mainly. Is that like a local shop or is it a chain? Anyway, so I got my laptop 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, I got the laptop and that was the day before I was due to leave for New York. So I already told you guys what I was up to last week in New York. I got back on Tuesday this week, UK time Tuesday. And okay, this is something I wanted to talk about and complain about. The big story I wanted to complain about. I'll tell you. What have you told us? It was a 2-part stream series to tell you what I was up to last week. I'm not telling you again. Right, so many travels around the world. Yeah, but only the Turkey one. Only Turkey was like actually for fun, for holiday. New York, I was mainly doing like, you know, Aegis-Link work stuff. So the only day I really had as a holiday, I would say, was Tuesday. Maybe Wednesday as well. But I feel like the day was just full of traveling. Do it until you're so efficient you can do it in one stream. I don't think you guys want to hear the recap. Anyway, last week I was in New York. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. I was doing Aegis-Link stuff. We had a big convention. I was busy from Wednesday all the way until Sunday. Monday, I had my flight and I got back on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I got back really late because of really annoying things, which I'll tell you afterwards. Wednesday, I had meetings with lawyers. And then I streamed. I believe I did stream on Wednesday. Hold on. You know what? I need to write it down. I think the issue is I'm not writing things down and that's why I forget. Ish. Hold on. Yeah, I did. I told you about the first part of the New York trip on Wednesday today, this week. Chatting again. Let me write it down. I think I streamed from 5 PM on Thursday as well. Yeah, so Wednesday I had lawyer stuff and then I did the stream. Then Thursday I was doing some recording work in the morning till the afternoon, and then I streamed I think from 4 in the UK time, and then I took a break to set up for the karaoke stream with Gumi. So that's what I did on Thursday. Friday I met with my sister, and then I went to a cafe with Gumi, and then Gumi was streaming in the evening. Saturday I had my meet and greet, and I was not feeling very well on Saturday, so I was resting because I did have an ache, so I was resting. And then today I was also getting some work done, but also I was still in pain earlier, so I was resting as well. Now I'm streaming. So that's what I've been up to this week. And that's why I didn't have time to play anything. I guess I could have played on Friday night, but I think I was... Oh, I know what I was doing. I stayed up all night doing some recording stuff. So on Saturday, I slept in a little bit because I was up all night. And it was the same thing yesterday. Last night, I was also up until about 5, 6 a.m. doing some recording stuff. So I slept until like the afternoon. Yeah. So that was what I've been up to this week. So because I was doing so much recording stuff, I didn't have time to play games. That's why I haven't, you know, actually played properly on this laptop yet. But I do have Apex installed now. Thank you for teaching us how to be bad comparatively to the player base in Mecha Break. Yeah, you know what? It's education. I'm showing you how a new player plays Mecha Break compared to all these people, these unemployed people playing it 24/7. Yeah, it's educational. Traveling is tiring. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's time to talk about it. I'm gonna rant about this though. Fish, will this new, more efficient way to forget things be on the test? You want me to give you guys a test? Oh yeah, I was talking about schools. That's a lot. Fish works so much. I haven't been working enough, which is the issue. I'm missing a lot of deadlines because I haven't, especially like because it doesn't feel comfortable to work on this laptop. Like I need at least 2 monitors. It's so hard to work on one monitor. But wait, before I talk about the story, hold on. Before I talk about what happened on my flight, can I talk about what was the comment that made me want to talk about this? I forgot it now. Yeah, the fact that Chloe said that McDonald's have PS3s now, that's so weird. Like, I've noticed like kids these days. So I've got a friend who's a teacher. It's actually you know, I told you about my best school friend who got married and I went to her wedding. She's a teacher actually. So she was telling me how the situation is so bad with kids. They don't go out during the summer holidays. Like for 1 whole month, they stay at home just playing on their phones. They don't go outside. They don't meet their friends. They don't go to parks. They don't just play anymore. They're always just on their phones watching TikTok or like YouTube, and they're just like doom scrolling. And it's getting to the point where, so her husband is he's a primary school teacher, and he told me, and she told me that he sees like babies swiping books. Like kids can't even read books anymore. Toddlers can't read books or learn how to read books, or 5-year-olds can't read books because they're swiping on their pages, expecting the page to turn. So behaviors like that, that's what's happening now. And I don't think having PlayStations in McDonald's play areas is helping this. Swiping on books is just too much. That's really sad, right? That's so sad. The boomer comics are becoming true, right? You know, where they see like the future is everyone's swiping on you know, in midair because there's like, you know, holographic things. They just swipe harder in the facial time. I guess if it was made of paper, it would. Technically, it would turn. Yeah, teachers got it rough in school. Basically comes with the mindset that will be given the answers. Yeah, so like, I was watching a TV program, and it was about like the situation of schools at the moment in the UK, and a lot of children nowadays have behavior issues, and there's like this overdiagnosis of ADHD and autism because people don't know how to explain the behavioral issues and lack of concentration that's happening with kids right now. Well, it's obviously stemming from home, right? Because all these kids, they're at home 24/7, swiping on their phones, watching TikTok videos, doom scrolling, and it's all like very quick gratification, right? They can't focus anymore because of that. And that's behavior stems from home. It's not like some kind of biological thing where they have autism or ADHD. It's because there's bad discipline at home. It all starts from home, right? But the teachers are made to deal with it. and the parents are pushing for diagnosis of, like, you know, autism or ADHD. It's just a big mess. It's a huge mess. Parents these days are so incompetent. No, honestly, they really are. Like, it's becoming worse. Like, even, I guess, you know, maybe back in the past, parents did also blame teachers for, like, their kids' behavior, but it's become even worse. Like, the parenting has become too soft these days because you're not allowed to be strict with your kids, otherwise you're being a mean parent. You're not allowed to force your kids to go to school. And you know what? An example would actually be my own parents. Like, my sister, right? Like, one of the reasons my parents got into trouble was because she refused to go to school. And they couldn't force her to go to school. And I guess, let's think back in your day, right? When you were a kid, if you told your parents you didn't want to go to school, what would happen? Nowadays, if the kids say they don't want to go to school, the parents can't do anything. They just be like, okay, you don't have to go. This is truly the Luddites? What's that? Look, this is like the kids already can't read clocks. Yeah, they can't read the analog time. People have lost a lot of ability to focus and communicate clearly very rapidly over the last 10 plus years, only getting worse. And yeah, it's the phones that are making it worse. I sound really old by saying this, but it's really the phones that are making it worse. I struggle with ADHD, but I've trained myself and taught myself what works for me to work around it in most cases. I think it also depends on, like, if the ADHD is so bad that you can't function adequately. That's when you know it's, like, bad and you need medication. Oh god, gentle parenting is probably the greatest mistake in pedagogy. And yes! Oh my gosh. I have so much to say about this subject, but it's probably very boring. But yes, it really is. But pedagogy is, like, it's changed a lot. I guess the modern style of parenting, right? Of being kind and nice to your kids and letting them get away with everything because they're trying to reverse what happened, like, to them. The strict parenting. There needs to be a balance. True, but back in our days, parents were a bit too much. Yeah, so, you know, I guess it's people like your age, right, who are having kids and are doing this gentle parenting. And it's not working out for them because there should be a middle ground. Just take away the electronics. You can stay at home and stare at the walls, I guess. See, yes, that's what parents should be doing. So there's my friend, she works in a school that's actually a very highly rated school. It's a public school, it's a state school. But all the kids are passing. I'm lagging. Am I moving now? Okay. Yeah, all the kids have passed their GCSEs in Maths and English, which is, like, the first, I think, in the country. And why is that? It's not because they don't pride themselves on being, like, a Victorian-style strict school, but they do enforce a lot of discipline. For example, they take phones away. They don't let anyone have their phones in school. And just that alone has really improved the kids' behavior. I was going to school or else. See, that's the thing. Now, if you tell a kid, you better go to school or else, what will they do? They'll cry they're being abused. And then you get into situations like my sister's situation. You'd probably hear the ultra combo from the adjacent house if I said I couldn't go for rudimentary reasons. That's my point. That's what used to happen. It's different now. Times have changed. Now you'd be like, all right, sweetie, you can stay at home. But you know, in the UK, right, if your kid doesn't go to school, you get fined a lot of money. I may have... in fact, even if your kid is late to school, you get fined as well. I was already too afraid to find out what they'd do if I skipped school. Oh man, kids are completely different. They just talk back. They bully their parents. We went from overly strict parents to parents who don't even try. Well, that's the thing, right? These parents, they're also the ones who are just on their phone. They don't spend time with their kids. They're also constantly on their phone. And one proof of this is the fact that you find pushchairs and prams being sold with smartphone holders. They literally have phone, like, you can literally put your mobile phone in there at the pushing bar so you can stare at your phone while you're pushing the pushchair. So that just shows you how bad the situation is. Yeah, rather than teaching their kids, they want to medicate them. Exactly. Like, why do you want to diagnose them so badly with ADHD and autism instead of just being a good parent? Yeah, very thankful my parents were strict. Yes, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with strict parenting. I mean, obviously there's a balance, right? There's a balance. You can't be abusive, but you can be strict and have good discipline. And I'll give you an example, right? My sister is one of those kids, and when I went out with her on Friday, I took her out. I took her to a really nice place, and it cost a lot of money as well. I'll tell you, I can tell you why I took her, actually. I took her to Kew Gardens, and it's like £18 entry or something like that to Kew Gardens. It's expensive. It's like you have to pay a lot of money to enter it. And she was kicking up a fuss saying, no, this is boring, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go around. And like she was like throwing a strop and was just being very like selfish and like really annoying and stuff. And I wasn't having it. The way she was talking to me, I didn't allow it. So I said, no, we will be going around, we will be looking at these things. If you're not happy with it, then you can go sit on that bench and I'll be looking around, because I still paid an entry fee. You can waste yours, but I'm not wasting it. So she went and sat on a bench while I was like looking at the ducks. I took pictures of ducks and stuff. I took pictures of the pond, and there was like fish inside. And I left her to it. I just let her sit there, and she was stewing in her own like, you know, little mood. And you know what? Half an hour later, she came back to me. So the problem with all these parents, right, is that they're giving in to the kids' tantrums, and that's the issue. Or they would just been on their phone and ignoring their kid. One or the other. Gentle parenting is a response to strict parenting, which, depending on the environment, forces expectations on the children. We only got here because parents aren't self-aware of what they do. You know what? Parents need to do a course before they can have kids. That's what I believe in. They need to do a course on how to be good parents. You don't need to beat the kids down, but a little love tap is fine. You know what? I think if you're actually good at disciplining people, you don't need to touch them at all. Like, violence is not necessary. You don't even need to raise your voice. You just need to be good at disciplining. You can settle for taking the phones away. Yeah, but that's the thing. Now, a lot of schools and a lot of teachers, or even a lot of parents think, no, taking the phone away is too much. We can't let them not have their phones. It's their right to have a phone. No, it's not your right to have a phone. Well, you can have a phone, have a Nokia brick that can't access the internet. Or you take them out of school for holiday. Yeah, if you take them out of school, you also get fined. Truancy is what they call it in the USA, I think, or they used to. Well, truancy is, yeah, just not going to school. That's not a US word, that's just English. Or in English, or in British English, the slang word is bunk. Bunking school. Gentle parenting is never done properly, so there's no wisdom put into it. Well, there's also, like, there's no empirical data to show that it works. There's nothing showing this works. Every spoiled kid I've met, or even adult, every spoiled adult I've met, or every entitled person I've met has had gentle parenting. So there's no data behind it. Open palm bops are love and discipline. Closed fist is anger and immaturity. Yeah, because at the same time, if you're yelling at your kids all the time, they won't respect you either. Yet another generation of parents who are not ready to become parents. And yeah, I guess also because they didn't have good parents either, right? They didn't have good examples to copy. Strop? Is that like a tantrum? Is that a British word? I guess so. I went to Switzerland during the school year and saw kids just walking around downtown, and then some boys bumped into a girl and she flipped them off. Good for her, I guess. I'm just glad the kids are walking around outside. Because again, they're not doing that. And that's what I'm quite shocked about as well, because obviously I've been out this whole summer, right? I've been going outside. But the lack of kids I'm seeing outside is quite concerning. Because I don't remember it wasn't like this all the time. There used to be a lot of kids outside during the summer holiday. But I guess they're all at home now on their phones. They aren't taught appropriately on how to handle boredom, instead dealing with upset, whiny children. Parents reward their behavior, yeah. They're just so addicted to their phones, and it's actually like rewiring their brain in a bad way. What's worse is if your kid doesn't have ADHD and you give them ADHD meds, it's gonna get worse. So my friend told me about how this one kid she has is like normal. She's just a regular kid. She doesn't have autism or ADHD. but her mom was apparently pushing for an autism diagnosis, and she basically managed to get it because like the way they do these diagnoses, like they basically make you answer questions, and they can frame the questions in a way like if you answer yes or no, or the way you answer it, they can say, oh, this falls in line with, you know, ADHD or autism, blah blah, and the parents can basically push and say yes, 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 it's because they are autistic or blah blah blah. So this mother pushed for an autism diagnosis of her daughter, and the reason why is because in the UK you get government benefits, like you get money if your kid is like disabled, and for some reason autism is seen as a disability. Well, some autism, like actual serious autism, is a disability. Like the ones who can't, like, you know, maybe they literally can't function without a caretaker. That's like serious autism, right? That's definitely a disability. But, you know, this new style of like spectrum autism where they just like have a little bit of difficulty socializing and stuff like that. It seems even for that kind of autism, they're still getting benefits. So now a lot of parents are pushing for this like autism diagnosis so they can get like benefits for it. That's what my friend told me anyway. That's what happened in her school. You'll take a parenting course way ahead of time. I think everyone should take it if they want to become parents. A phone is a luxury. Agreed, it is a luxury. And actually the one good thing about my sister is she's not like addicted to her phone. So that's one good thing for her. But she, like I did tell you guys, she had an iPad since she was born. She had like 3 iPads. Not becoming a parent is the answer. Some people want kids. Some people want to become parents. I just think they need to be good parents. Just to save for our future, right? Because these kids are our future. So they need to be good parents, I think. I'm a parent with fur babies. I don't think I could ever commit to having like a pet cat or dog, like, because they're obviously babies for their entire lives, and that's a lot to put up with. I think at least with human kids, they grow up and eventually become independent. Phones are a privilege. My kids won't be allowed to have a phone until they're at least 13. I think that's good as well, and I do think mainly spending time with your kids is actually important, like actual physical time with your kids and not being addicted to your phone yourself. COVID massively changed the view outside that was already declining. COVID definitely made things worse. They did make things worse, I agree. It did make things worse. These darn TikTok kids, it's just they have this really scary expression as well. They're like a really glazed over expression. The eyes are so glazed over, and they have this really weird stare. With that really bugged out eyes. Yeah, my son is that level of autism. He's not living on his own ever. See, that is like actual serious autism, right? Like I also know a kid who has that kind of autism as well, and like his mom will have to take care of him for the rest of his life. So obviously that I can understand getting disability benefit for, but spectrum where you can still like function normally is, I don't know if that really requires benefits. Yes, you need diagnosis badly, child of mine who shows no symptoms. I didn't think there'd be a day where people would want to get diagnosed with autism. You know, what benefit would you get from that? But I guess in the UK you do. I find a lot of the disruptive behaviors in kids, barring disorders and whatnot, it's just the lack of instilling in the importance of social contract between people. If we can generalize for a bit. No, I think a lot of teachers would agree with you, or people who work with kids. Because again, they're all blaming it on things like ADHD and things like that. No, it's just the lack of good discipline and other things, and that stems from home. It stems from home, it's not the school's fault. I believe everyone's a little neurodivergent, but pushing for a diagnosis is pretty sinister and denies the mental deficiencies of their children actually have. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's also because a lot of parents don't want to take responsibility for the fact they're not doing a good job. Aim to be the parent you wanted to have or have. A lot of people aren't capable of doing that. A lot of people can't do that. Genuinely proud of my brother for being a very decent parent to his kids. At least you can like learn from good examples of parents. As someone appropriately diagnosed with both, I find it a bit annoying that people are a bit too trigger happy to diagnose themselves or seek someone who will give them a diagnosis. And that's the thing, you can pretty much strong arm a private like GP to give you that diagnosis in this country. And like the thing is, I do have like some sort of ADHD. I'm not really sure because I've have a lot. It's definitely improved because of things that I did to discipline myself, but it's still a really hard struggle, especially when it comes to getting things done. When I set routines for myself, it's a bit easier, but like when I'm taken away from my routine, it's really hard for me to adjust and start doing like work stuff, right? When I was in uni, it was a really, really big issue because I wasn't able to concentrate. I wasn't able to do my work. And in school, it was really bad as well. Like I could have done with medication instead of struggling and suffering. I think when you can't actually function adequately, that's when it's necessary. If you're like high functioning and you're actually okay, then it's, I don't know, a bit different. ADD is outdated, it's just ADHD now. I don't have hyper episodes. I just can't focus, like my attention. I can't put my attention on something. And I can't like, what's the word? You know when people hyper focus on things? I can't do that either. I can't hyper focus on anything. I just can't focus on one thing at all. A GP has no place to ever give a proper diagnosis. Neuropsychological exams are needed. Yeah, I agree. You definitely need like an actual psychologist. Self-discipline is so important. It really is. Like, if you don't have self-discipline, like, you need to do that first over medication. Because medications aren't good for you in the long run anyway. I need to drink some water. Hold on. Okay, oh, hello, Dunce. Good to see you. Guys, I bought some really nice cookies from M&S. I guess it's just hyperfocus. Isn't the H in ADHD what's the word? Hyperactivity though? Like there are kids with actual ADHD and yeah, they're very like, they have hyperactivity. For me, it's the attention deficit. That's the main thing that troubles me. Cookies? They're so good, these cookies. They have like a crispy part. You want a cookie? Hold on, should I do a cookie by ASMR? There are too many things nowadays that make it easy to override executive function and futures planning skills. I have really, really bad executive function. It's definitely improved. Like since I moved to Japan and I like stabilized my life, it's improved. But it's still, I don't know. I think I've changed a lot. But it's only because I worked really hard to change myself. All right, I'm gonna bite this cookie. It might not make a sound because like this is a soft, crispy one. Hold on. No sound. There's no sound for this cookie. I'm eating it. Okay, it's not crispy enough to make a sound, but it's a really good cookie, I promise. This sounds like a Chips Ahoy bag. I eat Chips Ahoy. If you're talking about that disgusting American cookie brand, I feel disgusted you even wrote its name in my chat. And I always saw Americans talk about it, so I bought one once. And when I went to California, I bought one. And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. I ate one and I threw it away. I haven't tea with it. It's not my house, I don't have tea. I would if I was back in my own place. Insane YouTube recommendation. Cookie eating ASMR, but you can't hear the cookie. Hard work. Nobody wants to do that anymore to fix problems. I mean, neither did I. I'm lazy. I don't like working hard. But I realize if I don't work on myself to fix things, things are only going to get worse mentally for me, I mean. Like your brain would just get worse. Joe Cool, did you study pedagogy? Short form video content makes it easy to say just one more. See, that's the thing. That's another example of self-control that I what's the word? That I what's the word? Instilled in myself, yeah. I don't give in to that whole like scrolling, doom scrolling behavior, that just one more behavior. It's a bit different for streaming. Like, I know I always say, oh, I can stream a bit longer, or I'll play one more game. That's a bit different to me. But you know, when the act of like laying in bed, scrolling on some app, when I catch myself doing that sort of behavior, I know that it's not good. Like, it's mentally, like, what's the word? It's like making my brain go backwards, you know? Like, it's actually bad for my brain. I know that. So if I catch myself doing that sort of behavior, I'll stop. That's what I mean by self-control, right? Are the cookies good? They're really yummy. M&S cookies are really good. M&S bakery ones. Sainsbury ones are good as well. I work really hard to improve my own focus. I know your struggle, as I had to deal with it to finish college. Yeah, finishing like uni was really tough for me because of that. It was so tough. And to be honest, if I had known that I could have gotten medication back then, I would have done it, because I really felt like I didn't have to struggle that much if I didn't have to. You like the Tesco cookies? Tesco's not, I don't know, the Belgian chocolate chip? I don't like Tesco's quality too much for their bakery. Not fixing the problem is the solution. Okay, no, Maho. No. Eat another cookie. That was actually half a cookie I ate, because I ate half of it yesterday. I've got more. I don't think I can eat them though. I had this Kinoko no Yama for the first time. It was really good. Wait, where did you get Kinoko no Yama from in America? You gotta get the red box of Chips Ahoy. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't matter what color the box is. It's gonna be bad. Did you pair it with milk though? You know, cookies with milk is a really American thing. Cookies and milk is an American thing. But I would have had it with milk if I could bother to go to the fridge. I do actually have a small bottle of milk, but I saved that for my cereal, because I have a box of cereal I wanted to eat. Tesco shortbread Belgian chocolate chip cookies are the goat. M&S and Waitrose do those as well. So does Sainsbury's. You need to have Chips Ahoy drowned in milk. Oh, you poor Americans with your bad taste. Is that actually like the best item in Tesco? Okay, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it. Getting a good routine, structured job and gym routine helps. Still fall into the just one more behavior though. Yeah, I heard that having a gym routine actually helps you as well. I need to do that. I tried. I went to the gym once. But yeah, routine and like a whole structured... I structured my hacking, so I was able... I think that structured hacking actually really helped me as well. Degrading, I'd say. I was wondering if the word for I was using was degrading, but I don't think it is. It was something else. I was trying to say... I'm adjacent to education, but sometimes the fields overlap. Oh, I can tell because you seem to know a lot. Frankly, I don't know why you'd want to scroll from one short TikTok to the next. How could you not be aware of the rabbit hole you may drown into? Well, some people just... It's easy, right? It's easy for them to fall into it because it's like, why not? Like, I used to do the same behavior, but with books. So I would finish like 2,000-page books in like one sitting, which is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I used to just lay there or like sit there and I'd just read a book and I wouldn't sleep. And it was to the point where I'd take my book to school and I'd read it under the desk and like I wouldn't stop. Like my eyes were glued to the book. I couldn't stop. It was the same as like, you know, doom scrolling TikToks or shorts or whatever. It was so bad. It would you know, affect my rest of my life because I wouldn't go to school. I couldn't function. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't, you know, wash. I was just so addicted to the book and finishing it. So that's not good. It's the same behavior as like doom scrolling and being stuck on doom scrolling. You heard that Lidl's bakery is peak price to quality ratio? I haven't seen any Lidl's though. Do they still exist? Cookies and coffee. I actually think cookies and coffee is actually the best combination, Delta. I enjoyed that combination the most. They work so well. It's better than having with tea. American Kinoko no Yama? They call it Chokaroom. Oh! They call it Chokaroom! Oh, then I should have just called it that in my short. I didn't know American had their own release. It's not our fault we were conditioned on this chocolate. You want a beer? Oh, it's Sunday. Go get a beer. When I was diagnosed with ADD as a kid, the doctor prescribed me medication. My parents got a second opinion. The doctor prescribed me a bike. He remained my GP for my childhood. He prescribed you a bike. Did it help? Did riding around outside help you? Books are better though. It's the same behavior at the end of the day, whether it's a book or a phone. Yeah, maybe the book was better for my eyes, but for what it did for my brain development and my behavior and my discipline, it wasn't very good. You had a book addiction phase too. I feel like, yeah, I think what it is with me, I can't focus too much on visual stimuli. Like when it comes to watching things, my brain can't focus as much when it comes to reading. With reading, because I read pretty quickly, it's really hard for me to stop. Because my brain's telling me, oh, it's just, you can just quickly read it. You can finish it soon. Just read it quicker. You can just quickly read it. Like it'll be over soon. You're reading very quickly. Like that's what my brain does. So reading is something I've actually stopped doing over the past few years because this is one behavior I haven't been able to stop. If it's like doom scrolling on videos, like, I don't know, YouTube Shorts, I can stop myself pretty easily. Very easily, actually. Now, I don't actually do it, like, because it's not a behavior that I find addicting. Books, however, that's something I still really struggle with, like stopping. Books and RPGs. Those two things I have a really like difficult time, like, you know, knowing when to stop. And that's why I just simply don't do it, because I can't control myself when it comes to those two things. The dealers everywhere. They don't tend to have high street locations though. I haven't really been to like local residential areas while I've been here, so yeah, I don't haven't seen a little. No beer, it's Monday soon. Oh yeah, it is Sunday night. But books are not easy compared to scrolling. For me it is, because for me, again, reading text is easier than looking at, you know, a video. Because you're not only looking at a video, you have to listen to what's going on. So it's like too much. It's much easier for me to read. Basically, I needed to get my energy out to help me focus. Oh, okay. I don't find shorts or Twitter addictive, but that doesn't mean I don't get trapped by content rabbit holes. It's just a different content I get addicted to. Yeah, I guess, yes. Yeah, dunce. I agree. I do get trapped into content rabbit holes, but the thing is, with me, content rabbit holes, I can actually control that behavior and I can stop it when I realize what I'm doing. Again, it's like reading. That's the one I can't stop. Reading is really, really hard for me to stop. Hi, Drake. You're not late. You're just in time. RPG is hard. Because, yeah, it's like a book to me. Because it's so story-based, I find it hard to put it down. Yeah, I read quickly, so I just prefer written tutorials compared to videos. Me too! I can't watch video tutorials. I can't. I need written as well. My brain will scan and extract the necessary info much more efficiently. Yes, me too. Are you me? I get FOMO when I scroll online, so I'm progressively looking online at apps. I've been better lately since I've been back in school. Oh, FOMO. I only get FOMO when it's stuff like with my friends. Books are easy as hell since you can read the whole short in a matter of seconds if the short was transcribed in a single paragraph. Okay, so there is actually this account I follow that does like short videos of psychology, like short philosophy videos. And I actually really like this video maker because they actually put the transcription in the description. So I don't even watch the video, I just read the transcription. And it saves so much time. I don't have to spend 2 minutes listening to this short when I can just read it in 30 seconds. And I've definitely like picked up all the information. You can question me on it and I can tell you everything. Depends on person to person. I thought that's why more people become these, like, get these symptoms. Yeah, you know, everyone has their own strengths, right? Some people have better like audio visual skills. For me, I just have stronger reading skills. And I think it's because I didn't watch like a lot of TV growing up. I barely went to the cinema. I read a lot of books like since I was young, and I think that's why. No FOMO with the chips. I think because I've been so busy while being in the UK, I've had less FOMO. But when I'm back in Japan, I see you guys playing games in VC, I do get FOMO. But I've been so busy with, you know, the situation with my sister. I haven't had time to, because there's a lot of things I wasn't able to do during this trip. Like, I wanted to see my baby cousin. I think I said my aunt Susie had a baby, and I only got to see the baby cousin once. And I have another cousin who's home from the school holidays, and I only got to see him once too. And his mom as well. She's an aunt that I like. I haven't gotten to do the things that I've wanted to do. I didn't get to do the things I want to do this holiday because I've been so busy dealing with the whole situation with my sister, and like constant like writing emails, because I'm actually representing myself in this case. So the good thing about the UK is, right, you're actually legally allowed to represent yourself, and because I'm not actually part of her court case, I'm not given like legal aid or any lawyer. So I have to either get one myself if I want to fight something, or represent myself. And I'm perfectly fine representing myself. It's just, unfortunately, the social services legal team isn't replying to me when it's my right to be, you know, responded to and having a reply and everything. So it's constant like battles. And because, like, okay, I'll tell you guys one of the things I'm fighting about, because this really irritates me. It irritates me so much. So I had a lot of contact sessions cancelled and stuff like that, or like a lot of fuss being made about it, because like they want me to have what's the word, like supervised contact, right? And I was telling them, the thing is, well, it doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense that I need supervised contact with my sister, because number one, I'm not part of this case. Number two, I passed a viability assessment, which means if I were to be living in the UK right now, she'd be living with me without, you know, an external supervisor living with us, right? So how does it make sense that you know, that she would need a supervision when she's out with me? Because I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. And hold on, videos take so long. If I have to watch a video because there's no text, I put it on like 2x speed. Books I can't read because reading's for nerds. What if you are a nerd, Drake? I'm a visual learner, mostly. I need a video tutorial to teach me how to disassemble my PS4. No, my Fish Bro is as well. He's also a visual learner. He always did everything with videos. I need to read it though. I've gotten FOMO with streamers since my focus is there now. Well, like not watching streams. You know what would be great? If streams could be transcripted. You could just read to catch up with streams. I read at talking pace at my absolute best, so I wish I could read faster. That's actually quite interesting, because I talk really fast. Right now I'm not talking so fast, but normally I talk super fast, and I guess it's because I also read fast. I like looking at investments and bonds way too much. I just like watching the numbers go. At least that's a good thing. That's beneficial to you at least. If it's tutorial sorts, I just mute the video and turn the subtitles on at 2x speed. Yeah, if they have subs. She doesn't need us anymore. That's not what I said. Okay, life is gonna go back to normal once I'm in Japan. Representing yourself sounds like so much work, GunBuffish. Oh, God. Okay, it's not that it's so much work. It is a lot of work, though. But the thing is, it's the fact that they're not respecting that. That makes me really angry. Because, like, the court has already acknowledged, right, that my sister, that the contact between me and my sister is necessary. But all I'm doing is facing restrictions from the social services, right? Without any clear justification. So, and I'm not getting any, like, substantive responses to, like, all the points that I keep raising to them in the emails. Because, like for example, let me read one of the emails I've written. Okay, here's one. So I said, dear, you know, the name of their legal team. I'm writing in relation to the ongoing care proceedings concerning my sister, you know, fish sister. As you are aware, I'm currently pursuing a special guardianship order application. Despite my repeated attempts to obtain clarification, I have received no response from your office regarding my inquiries. As a family member and prospective carer with a positive viability assessment, I am entitled to be kept informed of matters directly affecting my contact with my sister. The court has already acknowledged that contact between myself and my sister is necessary, yet I am not receiving any clear justifications on why my contact is restricted. So I require a response to the following points. On what legal or safeguarding basis is my contact with my sister restricted to supervision, particularly given that if I were currently residing in the UK, she would be living with me under my care without such restrictions. Number 2, why have my previous emails regarding this matter been ignored, despite my direct involvement in the special guardianship process? Number 3, I would like some confirmation that my right to represent myself as a litigant in person within these proceedings is respected, and that my inquiries will be treated with the same seriousness as those made through legal representatives. So basically, I'm trying to say that they're not replying to my emails, which they're supposed to do because I'm representing myself, right? And I've sent like emails almost every day, and now I have to like sorry, I'm just reading the rest of it just to make sure that I haven't said anything too okay. I can probably read the end of it. I don't think there's too much. I'll just skip some of this part, but I basically said at the end, I concluded it with, it is both unreasonable and prejudicial to deny me information and leave my correspondence unanswered. I request that you respond to this email by, and I gave them the date, failing which I will have no option to raise this issue formally with the courts. I obviously don't want to do that because I can represent myself in the court as well, but once it goes into court, right, they do try to encourage you to get legal representation, and you're not allowed to like represent yourself. Well, they can, but they don't really respect it as much. But yeah, I had to end up like, you know, I had to remind them of a lot of their, like another email I sent them, I had to remind them of their legal duties, right? Like the Children's Act, 1989, you know, section 34, section 22C. I even brought up the Special Guardianship Regulations 2005. I was like reading, because it was a lot of reading and research I had to do into my rights and also into the regulations, so I can bring them up in the emails. So for example, the regulation 21 for special guardianship regulations is applicants for a special guardianship order are entitled to information assessment to support their application, which cannot be obstructed or frustrated by lack of communication. So yeah, I brought up a lot of these like points, and again, I'm just like, it's constant waiting for replies because they're always out of office and basically not doing their job. So in case you're wondering, why is Fish not streaming? Why is she not doing this and that? Why is she, you know, what is she doing with her days? That's what I'm doing, guys. That's what I'm doing. Reading a whole ton of like jargon, like, you know, regulations and laws and rights because I have to represent myself. Yeah, it's just a lot. I'm going through a lot at the moment. I'm reading a lot of reports as well. Social services and pointless hoop jumping. To be honest, they're actually really... I think they know they're not going to win the case, and I don't know why they're being so stubborn about it. Like at that point, I'll just give up and, you know, say, okay, fine, we'll not, you know, you've won. Because like I think I did tell you guys, my parents' parental assessment came out positive, which means it's a high chance that my sister will be going home. But they're trying to dig any kind of information out on my parents. For example, my sister's social worker went to visit her 2 days ago, and she like pulled out these conversation cards out of her bag that she got from home, apparently, is what she told my sister, and said, oh, these are just some conversation cards that we can, you know, ask each other some questions and get to know each other. And my sister was like, okay. So some of the first questions are like normal. What are your hobbies? What kind of blah, blah do you like? And then there's a card. What do you hate about your parents? What do you hate about your parents? And my sister just handed the card back to her and said, that's not a conversation card. I know what you're trying to do. And the social worker was like, oh, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to pull that card out. That's the wrong card. And my sister just called her out for what it was. So, yeah. They're really like, I think they know they're kind of backed into a corner now because I'm pretty sure my parents are going to sue them. And so they're trying to like gather anything they can to back themselves up. But yeah, it's not going to work, I think. You pass the assessment. I don't see why you need a person with you. That's exactly what I was saying to them in there. But you know, they're just saying, no, you still have to have supervision. I'm like, what am I going to do with my sister? Why do I need supervision? What am I going to do? Am I going to kidnap my own sister? Am I going to talk about stuff that I shouldn't? Well, I mean, I could be doing that if she were living with me. If I were living in the UK right now, she'd be living with me right now. Even though my special guardianship order hasn't been completed, she'd still be living with me because the viability assessment was passed. My English isn't good enough to read fast. What about your Japanese, Maho? I'm a hands-on learner. I can't learn from reading and watching. I've got to do the thing to learn. That's how I learned gunplay and cooking barbecue. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are kinesthetic learners anyway. So it's normal. I just learn from reading. But I do learn from like, sorry, kinesthetic learn is what I meant to say. I do learn like kinesthetically as well. I do also have to do things to learn it, but I do need to read it first. I can't do it without reading how to do something first. I love a conversation starter. It's so funny. Like, hold on, wait. Did I just skip? Sorry, I skipped a chunk of the chat. Sorry, I didn't see it. My chat's scrolling weirdly. Hi, Matt. What did you miss? Me ranting. But I didn't get to the juicy bit of ranting. I'll talk. You haven't made it to the main. You haven't missed the main topic. I'm just talking about what I've been up to regarding my sister. Damn, Fish is a lawyer. So my mum used to okay, so lawyers, right, it's really hard to find, just like with doctors and other people, right, it's hard to find someone who works well with you and is very good. And my mom had a lot of these frustrations, like when I was younger. I remember like she had a lot of those frustrations, so she tended to like represent herself a lot until matters needed to go to court. So because she legally represented herself, she used to write all the letters, but she used to make me write her letters for her. So ever since I was young, I used to write a lot of legal letters, and she used to make me like read a lot of like laws and regulations to like, you know, reference in these letters. And because I read fast, it wasn't too bad, but it meant I had a lot of like knowledge on a lot of like different laws and regulations. So I'm quite used to doing it, I guess. But it's very time consuming. Did you finish it with any regards or kind regards? It was yours sincerely. Yours sincerely, TRiGGERPHiSH. Yeah, sounds not fun. It is not fun. It's not fun. It really isn't. It makes me angry. They should be so knowledgeable in this. I feel like I can fight, you know, for children with all this knowledge I've obtained on, you know, the Children's Act. They're being childish because they don't want to admit they lost. Well, it's going to cost them a lot of money if they get sued. So yes. But they've shot themselves in the foot by a lot of things that I haven't mentioned. So they don't really have a leg to stand on. Very normal conversation. So, what do you hate about your parents? I think it's the political climate. All the big profile social services failures are making them extra paranoid about more headlines. Maybe. I honestly don't know what it is. I've not dealt with the social services before. This is my first time, so I don't know if it's always like this or not. But from what my teacher friends have told me, they said their local authority social services are not very good either. Do you prefer football or baseball? Next question is, how much do you get beaten up? I'm surprised she wasn't asked that. Do your parents beat you up? Do your parents beat you? Oh my god. Fish is a bookworm. I think it was obvious what I've said in the past. Conversation starter means to bait your sister into entrapment. Yeah, she's not falling for it. Is this what jobs mean when they want 10 years of work experience for an entry-level job? Imagine I applied to a law office. I was like, I have 10 years of experience. I'll be like, yes, I like this job, please. I have 10 years of experience writing, you know, legal letters for my mum when she was legally representing herself. I have 10 years of experience. I've been writing since I was 5 years old. That's gonna be me. Beans, thank you so much for the super chat. Note to self: do not anger fish in a legal sense. I'm gonna see you guys are pulling out your Google Docs. Wait till I become like, you know, Phoenix, or I'm gonna start, you know, passing my papers, slapping my papers, and taking you to court. Kindly get effed, signed TRiGGERPHiSH. I wish. Oh god, I wish I could do that. Dodgy corpos hate to see you walk through the door with your thick glasses and suspiciously thick book with several bookmarks. I'm like, and I'll be like this. Hello, did anyone call me and my services? I can read books for you, and I can read the laws. I can help you with your problems, and all for the small price of a Lambo. So, do your parents go for the "Let's go, Justin" combo? Defiant. My sister would never understand that reference. Table slam and everything. You could claim it as a portfolio of legal writing. Well, I'll just save all the letters I wrote. Actually, Coral, thank you so much for the raid. Oh god, I should probably not look like this. Coral, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, Coral. Sorry, well, I was teaching the chips on how to be smart because they're all dumb. Alright, raiders, you came in a perfect well, actually, I don't know if it's a perfect time, because I'm gonna start complaining about America. So if you're American and you get offended about people complaining about your country, perhaps you should leave. But if you don't care and you want to hear a European or a British person's take on American, you know, flight companies, then feel free to stay. YT Borg, thank you so much for the gifted membership. WYT Borg! We are illiterate. Teaching us how to slay in the courtroom. Yes, Queen Slay. Maho, thank you so much for the gifted membership, W Maho. Thank you, thank you. I'm American and I offend myself, so it's alright. Wait, okay. Listen. This is actually a warning for all my fellow Brits as well. So all the fellow Brits here, all the fellow Europeans and non-Americans, Asians as well. If you're all here, the things I'm going to say next serves as a warning, okay? For you to never use American airline companies. All right, let me just drink water before I start. This is going to be a big complaint. This is a long story, and I'm so angry about this. Oh god, I'm so angry. If you don't complain about Americans at least 3 times a day, you're not American. Wait, Americans don't complain about each other. They love their country. She's doing that to every country. Okay, well that's not wrong. Hey, I complain about the UK too. I complain fairly. Alright. She's about to start her diss track. No, okay. Alright, well, you've already heard this story. Okay, alright guys, before I start my story, do you want another ASMR? I've got strawberries and cream mini bites from M&S. Do you want to hear that? Do you want to hear the crunching? It's the British way to complain. It's alright. She complains about Japan too. Hey, I complain about every country equally. Everyone was like, oh, you're a weeb, you love Japan, you're gonna say good things about Japan only, or you know, what was it I was being called in my shorts, China shill, or whatever. I don't know. No, I'm complaining about every country equally, actually. Okay. This smells yummy. Strawberries and creamy, but yummy. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is crunchy. Let me bite it. Can you hear that? Look at marshmallows. I'm gonna hear it. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Every country sucks indeed. Every country has good points and bad points. I just think America has a lot of bad points. You want one? They're really good. Try one. You can talk. I don't care if you talk. That was good. I only use Japan Airlines. You know what? You should continue doing that, Maho. Don't use any other airline. Well, JAL. Is that JAL? I've never used it, but I heard ANA is supposed to be the best one, right? Please complain about Southeast Asian countries too. I don't have experience with Southeast Asian countries, so I can't complain about them. And to be honest, I think is Thailand Southeast Asia? Yeah, I have no complaints about Thailand, to be honest. Thailand's really good. The only complaint I have is there's a lot of traffic. Yeah, and it's hot. Other than that, Thailand's amazing. I love Thailand. Oh yeah, I love them arguing the short. Yes, the Chinese propaganda. The China complaints of the shorts are hilarious. I think the worst part was everyone's like, you're gonna die. Everything you ate was made with reused gutter oil. And it's like, I had no stomach issues. I was completely fine. I think Americans find it so hard to believe that sometimes food can be decently priced. Things can be priced fine. I ate cheap food in Thailand too. I wasn't sick. You know, sometimes food can be okay and it can be cheap. Proves that fish is a hate watcher like us. I hate on people who deserve on hate. Can we have one? Oh, you guys, I have enough for everyone. You want to hear? Can you hear me shaking the snacks? Oh, you guys are like cats. You know when you shake the cat treats and the cat's like meow and they come and run. You hear that? For traveling in the US, I'd rather drive or something else. Airlines are so damn stupid with their rules. Oh, you can't carry this 80-pound bag or put that 500-pound big bag cans. But that 500 pounds big bag can sit next to me. What the heck? Honestly, can't wait for the roast of America because I met you at San Japan and you called my brother a fraud who's going to go bald because it's fraud. Oh yeah, that's you. Hello. Are you the step bro? You actually came to my stream? Hi. Everyone say hi to Lord Zero. What do you mean food is real and not just microplastics and high fructose corn syrup? Everything I had in America had high fructose corn syrup. You want some, do you want some strawberry and cream mini bites? Gimme? Gimme? Want one? This is coming to get on. I shook it like you know when you shake things like cats and they come.
Now your mouth might be sweet, but try it. It's a minimal sugar.
Oh. Well, it's not bad.
Yeah. It doesn't taste quite bad though, does it?
Wait, it has kiwi in it, right?
Hmm?
Does it have kiwi?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
What does it have?
Dying.
Something that tastes spicy. Oh no!
It's pineapple palm.
Is it pineapple? Something spicy. But it tastes good though. Gumi gave me some of her fruit juice. Her healthy vegetable juice. Vegetable fruit juice. Koro! Oh my gosh, Koro, what the heck? Koro, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the bite-sized cheers. Welcome, Koro. Wait, aren't you like? Did I not give you the? I didn't give you the spanner. Here you are. Thank you, Koro. Thank you so much. Welcome to the bite-sized chips. Just for the emote. Just for the nerd emote. I am the step bro. Guys, let me tell you the story of Lord Zero and his brother. Gummy's laughing because I told her about it. So yesterday, are you calling Gummy a cat? She did very cat-like behavior. I was shaking the thing. I was like, "You want some snack? Snack? Shake, shake, shake," and she came over. Do you like it? It's too sweet. Okay. But yeah, let me put this away before I start talking. So yesterday I had my meeting with San Japan, and there were these two people who came up. Oh, so Blue Cheese, you're the brother. Okay, so there was these two people. I guess it's Blue Cheese and Lord Zero, right? And Blue Cheese was the shy one. Lord Zero was the happy, jolly one. And he's like, "Oh, my brother's really excited to see you, Giggles." And I was like, "Oh, I see. Do you follow me? Do you watch me?" And they're like, "I've seen you on Twitter before." So you don't even watch my streams? No. I was like calling them out on it. Anyway, the funny part was, so his stepbrother was carrying all his bags for him, and I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm his brother. I'm carrying all his bags." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of like his girlfriend." "I would have thought you were his girlfriend." He's like, "No, I'm his stepbrother actually." I was like, "Well, you know, that's even better. That means nothing's stopping you guys. It's just like the anime and manga of the brother and stepbrother." And you know, so when I said that, I was thinking to myself, "Oh my god, they're probably gonna get really offended by this and be like, 'What? I can't believe you say that. You could think that about us.'" And you know what the funny part is? The stepbrother was like, "Yeah, that's the kind of manga and stuff that he reads." Those are the kinds of shows he watches. I'm sorry. It's messed up. Listen, I was just thinking of Gummy when I said that. I was thinking of Gummy. It's what Gummy would have wanted me to say. I'm in the hotel room. I'm watching him blow up in real time. Hello, Sir Taka. Oh my gosh. You guys like staying together for San Japan? Fish, please. That's messed up. No, I was just... You know, there's loads of... aren't there loads of like anime / manga and, you know, light novels with that kind of plot? The brother and it's a stepbrother and, you know... Am I making it up? Gumi tells me about these things. I don't read that. It's false. You'd only be able to pull that off at an anime convention, I swear. He may be balding, but at least he's not British. Yep. You could be British and balding. You know, those people do exist. I had them in my chat. She was so proud of her. She told me the moment she came in. Hey, I was thinking of you when I said it. I was thinking of you. It's something you would have said. How do you know that, Fish? Oh, you know, no reason. No reason. Yeah, it's not like I have bald British people in this chat. Anyway, so let me go back into my story because I kind of baited everyone to saying, you know, I'm going to talk about my American story. So, I need to actually pull up my doc because, like, I wrote a huge complaint. I wrote a huge complaint. I kind of forgot all the details already, so I want to tell everything in, like, strong, like, you know, accurate detail. Hold on, let me pull up my doc. There we go. Alright, so is being British and balding the highest order of chip one can attain? Sir British balding chip? Or balding British chip it should be. Is that the title you guys want? Only the 18+ plots. I wouldn't know anyway, but anyway. Some things are forgivable. Being British is not one of them. Okay, alright. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being British. Being American, though, let me tell you. Let me tell you about my story. Fish really made a Google Docky against America. Not the Google Docky. Okay, hold on. I actually made a notepad. I use my notepad on my phone. I don't use Google Docs. Anyway. Only the baldest of chips can ascend to the greatest heights. But I guess some of you chips do have a bit of hair. You have like the one little spring. The one little like curl. You know, like a baby with a little spring of curl. Curl spring. Hold on. Right. Okay, so basically, let me talk about the day I was flying from the UK to New York. So I think if some chips were in the Discord, maybe you saw me complain about this. But I was quite shocked because before my flight, I think 24 hours before my flight, they were sending me like text messages or emails or whatever saying, you can change your flight for free. We'll let you change your flight for free. Like they're doing me a huge favor, telling me that I can change my flight. And I'm like, no, of course I don't want to change my flight. I need to have this flight for a reason. And I thought that was a bit weird, but okay, whatever. I've never experienced that from any other airline I've flown. And I've used a ton of European and also British, European and Asian airlines, and I've never experienced that. Whatever. I rejected that. Now, on the day of my flight, I got another email saying, enter a bidding system where you can change your flight and we'll give you money, but the lowest bidder wins. And I don't know if anyone here is European and you don't understand what that means. It means you can bid to change your flight. So, for example, you'll take a flight tomorrow and you'll get $200 back. They'll give you $200 for it. But then someone can bid $150. Someone can bid $50, and of course they'll give it to the person who bid $50. So they'll take the next flight on like tomorrow morning, and they'll get $50 for it. Yeah, so that happens because they're overbooking a flight. So that doesn't happen with European, British, European, or Asian airlines. So I was like, this is so weird. But again, I didn't bid on anything because I needed to take that exact flight. Because I already told the person I'm staying with, like, hey, I'm arriving at this time. And they were already prepared, so there's no way I was going to do it. And also, like, you know, I was busy. I was going to New York for work, not for fun. So I went to the airport about 3 hours early. I checked in. Everything was fine. Except when I checked in, they told me, your flight is delayed. However, you do need to be at the gate 2 hours before boarding. And I thought that was really weird. Like, why would you need to be waiting at the gate 2 hours before? If the boarding is like 2 hours later. So whatever, I went there, and one thing is I didn't get a seat given to me. I just want to like make it clear as well that I did fully pay for my flight. It was fully paid. It wasn't like some kind of discounted flight. It wasn't free or anything. It was fully paid. So anyway, I turned up at the gate, and then they gave me a seat. So I was really confused, like, how come I don't get a seat? Am I not entitled to a seat when I first buy my ticket? But whatever, they gave me a seat because, you know, apparently they've like overbooked and they're just checking like who turns up. Whatever, fine. I got my seat. And then they're like, can you check in your hand luggage, because your cabin luggage, because we've overbooked, there's no space for it. I was like, no, I can't. There's a laptop in there. I've got, you know, electrics in there, electronics. I've got lithium batteries. You can't check that in. They're like, okay, and they just let it go. And then I boarded and everything was fine. That was the end of like the story from me flying from the UK from London to New York. The real issue happened on the way back. Overbooking is happening anywhere. I've not experienced that I've been on a lot of flights. Like I fly at least once a year, right? I've not experienced that in my entire life. I've been flying since I was a baby. I've not experienced that in my entire life. And you guys say I'm 55, right? Or 70, or how old you claim I am. Think about how many flights that is. Anyway, so it's so wild that they can just do that, right? There's no justice. Like, you can't do that. Anyway, well, at least in the UK, right, you have passenger rights. So that can't happen to you. Anyway, so let's go to the store on the way back. So I checked in as normal, 24 hours beforehand. I was checked in. And I arrive at the airport 2.5 hours before my flight. I check in, everything's fine. I drop off my suitcase, the check-in suitcase. I go to the gate and I'm just sitting there. And so I'm sitting, waiting at the gate. I got myself a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It was really nice. Just sitting there sipping my coffee. Now, I was boarding group 5. So they call people to board in group numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 was last. Now, when they called out boarding group 5, there was like barely any of us left. because it was right at the back of the plane, right? So there's barely anyone left. And then they told all of us, none of you can bring your cabin bags into the suitcase because it's completely full. We've overbooked the flight. And everyone was like, what? And some people were just like, okay, and they checked it and they went in. And I was like, I was the only one who basically had to kick up a fuss, because I was the only one, it seems, who had lithium batteries in my hand luggage. There's a reason why I had a carry-on suitcase, because my cabin bags have, what, a 3-kilogram laptop, a massive, you know, brick battery charger, like, and, you know, my laptop fan, my microphone, and all my laptop and streaming equipment in my cabin bag. So I was like, well, I can't check this in. You can't check this in. And the thing is, the woman that was talking to me, the woman at the gate, she was very aggressive. She was very, very rude. And she started fighting with me. She was like, well, you got to take it out. I was like, well, this is a, you know, 2,000-pound laptop. It's 3 kilograms. I can't just take it out. And she, you know what she did? She grabbed my suitcase. She opened it herself. She literally yanked my laptop out, shoved it in my arm, zipped up my suitcase, gave my suitcase, like my little cabin suitcase, carry-on bag, to this other man who just took it and wheeled it off into the hold. And I'm just like, I was just like shaking, like it all happened so fast. I was like, what's going on? And I was like, wait, you can't take that. It's got a battery in there. You can't take that. And she was basically like shoving me to go into the thing because, like, you know, I had to board. In UK and EU, the airlines are legally obliged to provide you with alternative arrangements even if they've overbooked. Okay, so I'm going to get onto that, Dance, because there's a huge... This is the part of the issue. So I was like, you know, wait, what's going on? Hi, Meow, you should file a complaint. Hold on, I haven't finished my story. How can that be legal? Hold on, guys. Let me finish my story. Did you get assaulted? She was... God, she was so rude. Anyway, so she, like, basically shoved me into the thing. And I got to the, like, you know, the entrance of the plane. And the cabin attendant, like, she can see I was, like, in a mess. I was in a right state. She was like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm not okay. That woman just took my... She took my cabin bag. And she took it into the hold. I told her she couldn't take it. Like, she like, literally, I had a massive, like, personal item. I had a huge bag on me. I had my massive laptop just in my arms. Because obviously it won't fit in my handbag. And I was like, no, I'm not okay. She just took my she took my cabin bag, you know, without my permission. And it has a battery in there. And they're like, what? And they're like, then the thing is, everything was a mess because there was other people complaining. There's there's lots of fights going on. That woman, the aggressive woman, was fighting with other passengers who are also like refusing to put their cabin bags into the hold. So there was like there's like so many things simultaneously happening. So I was kind of like shoved to the side and just like, we'll deal with this later. So I was just standing there, holding my massive laptop in my arms, and just standing in the corner, waiting to, like, you know, have someone attend to me. And then finally, when they, you know, dealt with everyone else, they're like, so what's the issue again? I was like, there is a lithium battery in the hold right now. I could have been irresponsible. Guys, I could have been irresponsible. I could have boarded the plane, not told anyone, and then the plane would explode. Because there'll be a fire. You know, I could have done that, but I didn't. But, yeah, I was like, you know, no, I'm not fine. I need... my suitcase was taken. My cabin bag was taken. There is a lithium battery in there, a massive one. I need my hand luggage. And then they were like, they had to talk to every single plane staff member. They had to call the woman at the gate, hear the story. And there was like another man with her as well who didn't speak English. And it seems like they were like recounting the story to them, but like inaccurately. They were saying how I was like, you know, refusing to board or something. I don't know what was going on. They were saying all sorts of things. But I was just more like, I need my luggage. Like, you need to get that out. So then the first officer ended up coming out of the plane and saying, we're not allowed to, we can't let you board this plane anymore. I was like, why? She said, because once we take that luggage out of the hold, you will have to come out with it because you have to be with your luggage, and we can't let you board the plane. I said, well, this is, you know, you're involuntarily, like, I'm being involuntarily denied my boarding here. I don't want to leave. I just want my hand luggage. That's all I want. That's all I want. They're like, no, we're gonna have to take everything out. You're gonna have to go through the check-in process all over again. I'd be yelling. If I were to yell or fight, they'll call security on me, and I don't exactly want to have a fight with security. I couldn't go into my Venom uncompressed form on the plane. It was very small. But trust me, guys, if I could have, I would have. But unfortunately, I was in my small form, so I don't think I could fight massive security people. So you have to pick your battles, right? I knew I wasn't able to, like, if I fought or if I pick yourself a fuss, I'd call the security people. Blue Cheese, welcome to the bite-sized chips. Welcome, WB Cheese. Aidenator as well. Welcome to the bite-sized chips. Welcome, W Aidenator. You guys like joining because you like the story? I'm teaching you guys how to deal with things smartly. Anyway, so I was basically forced off the plane. And let me tell you why this was a big issue. Duns, thank you for 5 months of Overclock memberships. They didn't know you're an uncompressed Venom YouTuber. Imagine I told them. They would have been so scared. They would have been so scared, guys. But I couldn't scare everyone. Everyone would have screamed and left the plane. This was in the US. This was in New York. Yes. So, I got off the plane. I went back to the woman in the gate. She was like, give me your ticket. She was like, because she had to, like, uncheck me. I was checked in. She had to check me out. So she had to do she had to, like, you know, undo the check-in process for me. I'm just standing there like, are you not going to tell me the next steps, like what I need to do? She's like, oh, go to Carousel 9 and pick up your bags. I'm like, okay, but are you not supposed to put me on another flight? She said, yeah, you can go find someone there to help you with that. I was like, huh? She said, just go there and pick up your bags first. And so I went there. I went all the way back. It's like, you know, I went all the way to the Carousel 9. To, like, you know, to the bag pickup thing or whatever, the carousels. I was just standing there like, and like waiting to get my bags. It came out like, and they must have delayed the flight because it came out about like half an hour to an hour later. I don't remember how long it took. And I was just like walking around thinking like, where do I go for help? I wasn't helped at all. So then there was some airport stuff. And you know the thing is about, like, one thing I observed about New York, people there do not do their jobs. They're very lazy. And, you know, the airport as well. The airport staff were just sitting around on their phones. Like, you couldn't even tell they were staff. I only saw because they had a lanyard. So I went to someone with a lanyard. I was like, excuse me, do you work here? They're like, yes. I was like, well, can you direct me towards, you know, this airline's... I can't say the airline, unfortunately, because, you know, I'm streaming. I'm a streamer. I'm not allowed, but to say anything bad about any brands or companies. But anyway, so they don't have uniforms. They might have. I mean, I couldn't really tell. They weren't wearing like a high-vis jacket or anything. And they were sitting down and they were kind of like all scruffy looking, so I couldn't really tell, honestly. But I said, can you direct me? Like, is there anyone from this airline, like from this XYZ airline that can help me? They're like, oh yeah, there's a help desk over there. They just like pointed towards it and I was like, okay. So I was walking aimlessly. I eventually found like a help desk thing for, like, you know, lost or stolen baggage or whatever, or broken baggage from that airline. So I managed to speak to someone. She was also someone who didn't speak English as a first language. So she like didn't understand what I was explaining. She was like, what? So you decided not to go on the flight? I was like, no, I was involuntarily denied boarding. And she didn't understand that. I was trying to explain it in different ways. And then, like, she ended up calling that gate, and that staff member who initially, like, dealt with me. And they lied to her, saying that apparently I refused to give my, apparently I refused to hand over my hand luggage. And I refused to go on the flight. That's what she told them. And I was like, that's not true. This whole mess happened because they put my luggage in the hold. That's why I'm here right now with my luggage that was put in the hold. They were just lying. I don't know if it's because they were ESL or what, but they were all lying. I guess, yeah, because, you know, that woman would have gotten in so much trouble. If I had not said anything and my hand luggage was in there with a battery and there was like a fire in the hold, that woman would have lost her job. And there would have been a lot of, you know, issues. So, yeah, of course she was lying. But then what's the point of lying about that? Because then if I had refused to board, then I would have had my hand luggage with me. So it makes zero sense. It just makes zero sense. Anyway, I was just like spluttering, like, this is not true. What the hell? And whatever. I had to end up getting, like, you know, calling like other staff to help. And eventually, like, I was like, can you just put me on the next flight? That's all I want. I need to go home. Now, guys, the reason I needed to go home in time is because I had a contact date with my sister on the time I landed. Like, literally 3 hours after I landed, I was supposed to meet my sister. And because I was late, I couldn't meet my sister. That contact got cancelled. And it was all because of them. So there was a reason I was so desperate to get home on time. So anyway, so I got her to like rebook my ticket. And I was like, well, can you tell me like the next part of this procedure? Like, what's the complaints procedure? How do I get compensation for this? Like, how are you correcting the situation? You've involuntarily denied me boarding. You've caused me a lot of inconvenience. There's over a 3-hour delay due to your mistakes, airline's mistakes. How am I being compensated for this? You know what she said? She said to me, well, I'm rebooking you a ticket, aren't I? I'm putting you on the next flight, aren't I? That is your compensation. I was like, oh my God. I literally had to stop and breathe deeply because I thought I was actually gonna like lose it. I thought I was actually gonna start yelling. I was like, no, it is your job. It is my passenger right to be rebooked. It is literally Department of Travel regulations to rebook me. It is my right as a passenger. You are doing your job. What about my compensation? What about the complaints procedure? And she just kept repeating it. I'm giving you a ticket. Are you saying I should refund you instead? Should I just refund your ticket and you have to book a new one yourself? I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I need to know the complaints procedure because I want compensation for this inconvenience. And she was just like repeating it. And I ended up like asking, I had to turn into a Karen. I became KarenPhish. I became Trigger Karen. I was like, can I speak to your manager? Please bring your manager out. I wasn't being very polite at this point, but I had to get the manager out because I mean, at least the manager was able to speak English. They weren't any more, you know, polite or better at customer service, but at least they were able to speak English. They should have given you a free upgrade to first class. You know, all they had to do to resolve the situation, all they had to do was say, okay, we're very sorry for this inconvenience. We'll put you on the next flight and we'll upgrade you to business. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. But they didn't. So sometimes Karening out is justified. I wouldn't call it Karen movement though, because legally they have to recompensate you so much money. They end up talking that way to make you fatigue and give up. I know. And you know, when they do that, I know they're doing that. And that's what makes me so mad. Because a lot of people are awkward and be like, oh, sorry. And they'll just be like taking it. No, not me. That sort of behavior makes me so mad. Like, I won't stand for it. They should have upgraded you to a private flight. They should have given me a whole private jet for free. That's what they should have done. But you know what? I'm a reasonable person. I didn't ask for that. But you know what? It's like I told you. I think I spoke about this in a previous stream. It's like, you know, when I worked for Starbucks, right? When a customer complained, we were taught by manager, by head office, deal with the complaints in the store. Do anything to resolve the situation so as long as it doesn't go to head office. Because once it goes to head office, once it goes to legal, it'll cost them thousands and thousands of pounds. Because if you deal with it within the shop, give them a free coffee. It's not going to cost the company anything to give them a free coffee. Give them a free sandwich. So, like, I think I fell more in love with you just now. Ugh. Disgusting. I just gained so much more respect for you. What, because I fought back? I think I'm just... I just really hate injustice. I really hate injustice. They should have given you a flying Lambo. They should have given me a gold foil Lambo. That's what they should have given me as compensation. I think I deserve that. The 53rd Lambo. I don't know if this is the correct count. You forgot about all my Lambos? Can't believe this. Not a real chip. Anyway, so I was like, no, get your manager. So I got the manager. I explained to her what happened. She actually understood the situation, and she told the woman just file it as a. She told the woman, can you file this as a complaint? Mark it as a complaint. So when she writes the complaint, so she told me, I'll go on the website. The only thing you can do is complain at the website. You can't. There's no office you can complain to. So I was like, fine, okay, I will. And she told the woman to mark it as a complaint on the form. And I was trying to explain to her, well, this customer service lady was telling me, you know, her rebooking me is the compensation. And that's when I realized this woman can actually understand English, because she was backpedaling saying, no. I was trying to tell her how to do the complaints procedure. No. I wasn't saying that, you know, rebooking the ticket was the compensation. That's not what I was saying. So it turns out, yes, that woman was trying to just intimidate me, I think, or trying to make me like give up. So, yes, gold foil, not solid gold. Taco, can you drive a car made of solid gold? Think about it. But yeah, I had to basically fight with them to find out the compensation and the complaint procedure. So And you know what? She booked me onto the new flight, and I had to start all the way again from the beginning of the airport. It's like a video game, right? You know when you go from level 1 to level 10, level 10 is boarding, and level 1 is the check-in counter when you first arrive. I had to go all the way back to level 1 to check in again. Anyway, so the backpedaling will have made me lose my mind. Guys, you should have so much respect for me because how I kept my cool, because I was so close. I was so close to just hulking out. I was so close to just exploding and becoming my Hulk form, because honestly, I would have gone, ooh, I'm hulking out, and like, you know, beat everyone up. I really would have felt I was so close. Because like, if there weren't scary security people to taser me or shoot me or whatever they do in America, I would have done it. What amazes me more than anything is how blatantly they're lying about their actions in front of your face. That was the most incredulous part. It was incredulous. Like, how can you do that? Lie in front of my face. Roguelike airport. This is just the American experience. American people, at least New York people, they're just so aggressive and rude. They're so rude. And let me tell you what happened after this. With the way the story's going, I kind of hope it's the same gate agent that deals with her boarding the second time. You know, I just hope they get beaten up. I hope some passenger gets really angry and punches them. That's what I hope. Not me though, but someone else. But yes, I would have done the opposite. I would have shrunk into a sad ball. No, Cole, no. See, that's Cole. That's what they expect. They want you to shrink into a sad ball. I have to stand up. That's me punching my hands. I'm gonna stand up for people like you. That's why I stand up, because I'm not gonna let, you know what, you guys who shrink into a sad ball and like disappear because, you know, you get aggressively fought against. I'll fight for your rights. That's me. It would have been a valid crash out. I hate workers that backpedal when they're wrong, especially when their managers are there. I was so close to crashing out. You don't understand. I was like this close, like so close, so close, so close. I'm actually so impressed that I didn't. But you know, you think smart when you're put on the spot and you're like faced with, you want to get like, you know, security called on you, imprisoned in a foreign country. You're like, you know, you have to think smart. Anyway, so they're New Yorkers. That's a possibility. New Yorkers are just like that. Gooby warned me. Gooby warned me that New Yorkers are like this. Let me get to the next part of the story. So I went back into the check-in counter, and it's all check-in machines, right? And the machine wasn't letting me check in because it was like, I think it was like glitching out because of my last check-in. It showed me that I had already checked in, and I checked in with 2 bags. I guess because they checked in my hand luggage in that last flight. Honestly, that was my experience at JFK. Aggressive, rude, totally uncaring about the customer. That was my entire experience in New York. Not even just the airport. It's New York in general. The staff are just so rude, so aggressive, so uncaring. Like, people will just fight the customer service because they're not giving service. They're not doing their job. So listen to the audacity of this. Listen to the audacity. The check-in machine wasn't working. So I had to find someone to help. I called an assistant over. I said, can you help me? I can't check in. She's like, let me see it. And then she like basically kind of like almost like elbowed me out of the way. I was like, okay. So she told me to type in my confirmation number and everything, which I did. And then obviously the screen shows, again, like, you know, it's showing unable to check in, you've already checked in or whatever. It's like showing an error code. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was telling you was happening. And she like tutted and rolled her eyes. She's like, I'll deal with it. And then she like got out her like employee card and was like, you know, doing some admin access stuff. And then she said, it says you've already checked in 2 bags. And I was like, yes. And she's like, and I was like, yes. And there's a reason. And she's like, so what happened? And she was basically asking me to explain. So I started explaining. I was like, I was on a previous flight, but I was involuntary and denied boarding, and they forcefully checked in my hand luggage. And then as I was saying that, she started like, I can't show you. Okay, so she got her hand and she made like, you know, like a quacking duck kind of gesture, like flapping your hands. She brought her hand to my face and started flapping her hands in front of me and making like with her mouth, like making it up and down, like I was talking so much. And I stopped. I was like, why are you doing that? I literally stopped talking. I was like, excuse me, why are you doing that? She's like, because you're talking too much. I heard you. I was like, you literally asked me to explain the situation to you. And now you're saying I'm talking too much. I didn't even explain. Couldn't even explain. I got like maybe 5 words out, by the way. She's like, and I was like, you asked me to explain the situation to you. She's like, yeah, and I'm doing you a favor by helping you. And I was like, no, you're not. You're doing your job. You're not doing me a favor. You're doing your job that you're paid to do. And she just went like silent, and she like basically huffed, and she like turned away from me, and she carried on like in silence, like trying to like, you know, do the check-in thing. And then she was like, and then like she eventually got it, and the boarding pass printed, and she's like, here you are. And then she like basically let the boarding thing print and slip on the floor, like, and then she just walked away. Can you believe this? That is American customer service for you. I'll be staying in Japan forever. No, you just fly with a Japanese airline if you want to go to America. Being intimidated by your local airline, call Fish and Associates. You may be entitled to compensation. Should I read you guys my complaint? Do you actually want to hear it? Oh my gosh, she had to do actual work, right? The entitledness, the audacity, the fact that she said, I'm doing you a favor by helping you. Oh, that ticked me off. That really ticked me off. I had to call her out. I was like, I literally said, no, you're not. You are doing your job that you are paid to do. That's what you're doing. Like, she did not like that I spoke back to her. I'm assuming, I don't know if American people normally fight back or if they don't say anything, but she clearly wasn't happy that I spoke back to her. But the fact that she was like silent afterwards was like quite gratifying, to be honest. But, you know, I expected her to fully put up a fight with me. I fully expected her to like just stop helping me. But yeah, people are much better in rural America, but there's nothing there, so it balances out. Yeah, I'm assuming like, you know, the Midwest or whatever is much better. I think it is just, I heard it is just like a New York kind of thing. Yeah, she was so rude, right? She was so rude. This doesn't sound real. What wacky alternate world did you go to? This is New York! This is New York! Some people have never been put in their place before. Like, I honestly don't know if like she's just been getting away with this sort of behavior or something. Like, I don't know. I would have become a Karen at this point. I didn't have time to be a Karen. The next flight was leaving in an hour, so I didn't have time. Otherwise, I would have like kicked up a fuss. Everyone at the airport is rage racing you. Okay, so actually, you know when the lady was rebooking me on a new flight back in the carousel for the bags? During that time, I actually did like get really like upset. I was like I was really like not in a good state. And there was a really kind American lady who was like, "Are you okay, honey?" And she, I think she wasn't from New York. And I basically explained the situation to her, and she gave me a hug. So there are some good people. But she was like some other passenger. Apparently, like they broke her suitcase. But yeah, she was nice. She was like, "Honey, are you alright, honey?" Like she was like calling me honey and stuff. So she was nice. But yeah, I was really sad. I actually ended up crying because like I told her like why I was so upset about the delay, because obviously I'm gonna miss seeing my sister, and I had to fight so hard to have a contact session with her. And the fact that I had to fight so hard for it, now I'm gonna miss it because of like this delay. Means older or southern or both. I think she was from the south because she was like not too old looking. She was probably in like her late 30s, early 40s. I don't know. But yeah, I got really upset because like obviously I was gonna miss seeing my sister, and you guys know how hard I fought to be able to see her. So it was really frustrating that I missed it. If I was in charge of the airlines, I would have fired all of them. So I actually had a friend who worked for, I think, American Airlines. And the stories I was told by them about the people who work there, I honestly don't think Americans have a choice when it comes to hiring people. Like, I don't think anyone there is competent for customer service jobs. When I say my stuff, I would have ranted at them. It sounds so rude. Like, again, if I had the time, I would have. If I had the time, I just didn't. How the heck did you find the absolute worst people the whole time each time? You can say that, but from what Gumi told me about her experiences, it's not much different. So I think it is just a New York thing. That's just New York customer service, I think. Even the airlines I use are less. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a New York thing. Honestly, I think it must be a New York thing. Because like I said, Gumi did warn me. She's doing you a favor by doing her job. Oh, that's so irritating. That's so rage-inducing. Especially when you're in the right, calling out what's the play. Yes, I mean, I just had enough. Though I wasn't gonna let, you know, people speak to me like that. Even when I was late for the flight, airline was offering me the next flight. See, Maho, that sounds like very Japanese customer service. I've never had any issues with Asian airlines. So yes, it's just like an American thing. Drake, thank you so much for the super chat. There's a reason I swore I'd never return to New York. If I return to New York, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to throw hands, as the Americans say. The entire chain of airline staff is not doing their job. If I told you guys the stories that I was told from my friend who used to work at American Airlines, if I told you guys the stories, it's so bad. Like, you wouldn't believe me. You actually wouldn't believe me. Southerners are quite kind. Yeah, I mean, I don't... Midwest or Southern, I don't know. She was probably Southern, I guess. Yeah, she had that sort of accent. But she was really nice. And I've heard that, you know, Southern people are really kind as well. A duality of Americans for sure. Yeah, I've met both sides. If she said bless your heart, she was from the South. I don't remember exactly everything she said, but she was really nice to me. Fish does find a lot of odd people. Again, I don't think this is just, you know, unique to me. Because Gumi said, you know, she witnessed it too. She also experienced rude people in New York. Even Shinya experienced it, so I don't think it's just me. This is an excuse, but I bet that, like...
Shinya doesn't experience it, you think it's rude.
Well, but you said...
Ask me why I thought...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she's experienced it, right? And she's experienced people talking to her like that. She just doesn't see it's rude, right? Yeah, because she's from New York, so she thinks it's normal. That's my point, right? They're all like that. There's New York people just find it normal. I think someone told me that it's New York's like way of showing affection, fighting with you. So being aggressive, that's a New York way of showing affection. This is an excuse, but I bet they're like that because they deal with so many people, because it's NYCM, because they don't know how to handle it. Are you talking about the customer service people? I just think they're just subhuman. Sorry. I mean, the whole New York meme is, hey, I'm walking here. I'm not surprised they're stupid rude. You know what, though? I kind of get the hey, I'm walking here, because when I was trying to cross the road, the cars, even though it was a red light for them, green light for me, they were still trying to drive. Oh, I felt like slapping the bonnets of the cars and saying, hey, I'm walking here, because like they were driving when they shouldn't. Every single one of them was so entitled, they could have literally fixed the problem if any of them put them in a modicum of effort. That was my point I said earlier. If they simply just apologized and said, you know, we'll put you on the next flight, sorry to inconvenience you, we'll upgrade you to business, I'd be completely fine. I wouldn't have complained. Everything would have been okay. But they don't give a crap, because they just want to intimidate you into thinking that you're the problem and it's you're at fault and they're doing you a favor. And I'm not standing for that. I will never stand for that. They're overworked, underpaid, and have a constant fear of losing their job. I don't think they care about losing their job. If they cared about losing their job, they wouldn't act that way. I don't think they would act that way. I guess it's one big circle. Everyone is a jerk to each other, therefore no one sees a reason to be nice. Yes, I think it is like that. Like, the customer and the customer service people are equally as rude. But yeah, do you guys want to hear my complaint? It's really long. There's a lot of characters. Do you want me to read it? So I read my complaint. I'm gonna read my complaint to you guys. Dear ABC Airlines Customer Care, I am writing to lodge a formal complaint regarding my experience on this date, on this flight scheduled for this time, confirmation number, blah, 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 blah. What happened was extremely distressing and has caused me significant emotional, financial, and personal harm. Despite checking in my baggage at approximately this time and arriving at the boarding gate around this time, I was denied boarding through no fault of my own. This denial stemmed directly from ABC staff mishandling my carry-on bag and failing to comply with FFA safety rules regarding lithium batteries. The way I was treated throughout the entire process with rudeness, dismissiveness, and outright unprofessional conduct compounded the situation and left me feeling humiliated and shaken. Cayman just decided to hear your complaint. I'm reading it. That's the letter I wrote. I wrote this letter, but the website only allows you to like send 1,000 characters, so I'm gonna send this directly to their head office. Hold on. No, I wrote the sequent events. As I attempted to board Group 5, ABC staff member at the gate who was rude and aggressive in manner told me there was no space for my cabin baggage and that it had to be checked into the hold. I explained that my bag contained both a laptop and a lithium battery and that these could not be checked in for safety reasons. The agent told me to just take it out. Before I could remove it, she grabbed my hand luggage, removed my laptop, shoved it into my arms and took my luggage away for the hold. I did not refuse. She physically took my bag, leaving me no chance to retrieve my battery. When I reached the aircraft entrance, I immediately informed the cabin crew that my carry-on had been taken from me while it still contained a lithium battery. The first officer then told me that both my cabin bag and checked bag would have to be removed from the aircraft and that I was denied boarding because of this. This entire chain of events was triggered by the gate agent's mishandling and insistence on checking my bag against safety rules. I returned to the gate staff who offered no assistance, no explanation of my rights, and no instructions on how to rebook. I was simply told, go and pick up your bags at Carousel 9. At Carousel 9, a more helpful attendant guided me to the ABC Airlines counter. The customer service representative was dismissive and unwilling to listen. As I tried to explain what had happened, she interrupted me, called the boarding gate staff, and repeated their story, that I had refused to let them check in my bag. This was entirely false. The truth is the gate agent took it from me before I could even remove the battery. When I asked about compensation, this agent told me that I was being compensated because she was putting me on another flight for free. This framing was both misleading and insulting. I had already paid full fare for my ticket, and rebooking me after I was denied boarding against my will is my right, not a courtesy. When I pointed this out, she told me she could refund me instead, but then I would have no flight. I explained that I needed both, another flight and compensation. The discussion went in circles until her manager intervened. The manager, who appeared to be a native English speaker, was the first person who understood the situation clearly. She listened and acknowledged my concerns, resolved the misunderstanding about rebooking, and told me I should submit a complaint via the ABC website to address the compensation issue. When I attempted to check in at the machine for the rebooked flight, which was also delayed, I encountered another ABC staff member at the counter who was also aggressive and rude. She asked why the system showed that I had already checked in 2 bags. As I tried to explain the earlier incidents, she began mocking me, making rude hand gestures as if I was talking too much. When I asked why she was doing that, she said, "I heard you." I responded that I was only trying to explain since she had asked me the question, and she replied, "Yeah, and I'm doing you a favor and trying to help you." Once again, I was told that basic assistance, her actual job, was somehow a favor. Could be any of the domestic airlines here. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the exact company, but I will say it's not AA, though it could have been. It's not AA though. I mean, I know they're also not very good. Anyway, so this had heavy impact on me as I missed my original flight despite paying full fare solely because of an airline staff error. I lost my rare and precious chance to see my sister, who is in foster care. Arranging contact with her took months of coordination with lawyers and social workers. As I live in Japan and I'm only in the US briefly for work, this opportunity cannot be recovered. I missed work commitments due to the delay, resulting in financial loss. I was forced to carry my 3-kilogram laptop in a small personal bag that it did not fit in, causing physical strain. The repeated rudeness, dismissiveness, and mockery by ABC staff left me so distressed that I cried for 2 hours and experienced a panic and asthma attack. And then I started talking about my rights. I said, under the DOT regulations and a United contract, the ABC contract of carriage, passengers involuntarily denied boarding are entitled to reaccommodation free of charge. This is a legal right, not a favor. Denied boarding compensation is also required when delays are caused by the airline and exceed a certain time threshold, which applies in my case. ABC staff not only failed to follow FAA regulations regarding lithium batteries, but then also blamed me for their mistake, misrepresenting events to colleagues and treated me with unprofessionalism throughout. Therefore, I am seeking formal compensation for denied boarding, including monetary compensation for the delay, loss of work income, missed family contact, and the severe distress caused. A written apology. I am also seeking a written apology acknowledging the unsafe and improper handling of my carry-on bag, the false statements made by staff, and the unprofessional conduct I received. I would also like confirmation that ABC company will review this incident internally and take steps to ensure staff are properly trained on both lithium battery safety procedures and professional customer service. This was one of the worst travel experiences of my life. I fully paid for a ticket and I was on time, yet I was denied boarding entirely due to your staff's actions. To be then told repeatedly that rebooking was a favour was deeply insulting. I expect a full investigation and an appropriate compensation response. Under US DOT regulations, I am guaranteed compensation of 400% of the one-way fare in cash due to the delay of the original flight and delay of the rebooked flight. However, due to all the extra distress and inconvenience, I expect further goodwill compensation. If I do not receive a satisfactory resolution, I will have no choice but to escalate my complaint to the US Department of Transportation Aviation Consumer Protection Division. Thank you. That was the email. Sorry, that was pretty long. But yes, this was the worst experience I've ever had. You've been in America with a sued for emotional damage. Well, that's the thing, right? I wasn't the only one who had gone through this. A lot of other people who are in my boarding group were also denied boarding because they refused to like put their check-in luggage in the hold. But it seems like no one else complains. They kind of just put up with it. It seems like Americans are used to this. This is the first time I've ever experienced this though. So that's why I was so like, you know, angry. And also like, I shouldn't have had to go through that. I shouldn't have had to. I paid full price for my ticket. I was entitled to, you know, cabin space for my cabin bag. Did the airline respond yet? They haven't, so I will be chasing it up. Yeah, you tell them. I'm so angry about this situation. Oh crap, we pulling the US government in this complaint. You have to bring the law into it. Sounds like full venom forming here rising. Oh yeah, I get a bit scary when I start rising. I don't like people getting away with their bullying behavior. I can't allow it. Pachi, that's very well written. Do you have any law regulations you can also state to underline your points? Yeah, I did already use some laws and regulations I quoted from the DOT. Unfortunately, because I actually booked a European airline, by the way. Unfortunately, even though I booked a European airline, the flight was operated by an American one. So unfortunately, it means I actually have to go under American regulations. But I will be getting the UK Ombudsman involved because I still originally booked through a European one, thankfully. So I will be getting European the UK Ombudsman involved.
You did so well to not hulk out and turn all those unprofessional airline hate watchers into pancakes. American Airline.
Dashingly bald and British. Tips top hat. Fish. You did so well to not hulk out and turn all those unprofessional airline hate watchers into pancakes. American Airline. Thank you. I did so well. I could have hulked out. I could have been like, hulking out, and then, you know, I would have grabbed those customer service people by the legs. And you know the thing Hulk does in Marvel Rivals, his ult, where he smashes them side to side. I could have done that. I could have, but I didn't. That'll be me. I'm a fish. Thank you for the server contribution. W dashingly bald and British. In Norway, we have regulations and laws and airlines coming above them. So, Koro, UK and Europe has protection by the laws. It seems the US doesn't. They're very much at the mercy of companies. The government doesn't care about protecting the consumer. If this happened to me, I'd go insane. I was so close to crashing out. I actually had a panic attack. That's when the lady, like the nice lady from the south or west or whatever, gave me a hug. I was actually like, I was having an asthma attack. So I started having a panic attack and it turned into an asthma attack. But yeah, that was my story, guys. Sorry, I did go on a big rant, but I wanted to tell you guys like how I want to tell you about you guys about this awful situation because like it's so infuriating. It's just so infuriating. So I don't know. I feel like I had to like rant about it. WFish, L Airlines. Yep. Ugh. I'm not surprised, but I do feel sorry for the Americans. No, honestly, this whole experience made me feel sorry for Americans that they had to put up with this. Like, they have no choice. If they use their own local airlines, this is what they have to put up with. Like, if you're delayed on a local flight, it's kind of different. But they delayed me on an international flight. If the complaints form is going to limit to 1,000 characters, it looks like they'll get multiple submissions. Maybe I should have done that, to be honest. But yeah, I need to contact them again. I've also got another legal letter to write to the social services legal team. I've got a lot of stuff to write. So if you guys are wondering, like, what is Fish doing all day? What is she doing? Is she lazy? Is she just like not bothering to do anything? Does she not care about us anymore? That is not the case. I am busy writing legal letter after legal letter. That is what I've been doing, unfortunately. Every single day. A lot of writing, a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings. Is it the same vibe as the retail staff in the UK but worse? Well, the new thing that's going on with UK retail staff is more like, you know, the Zoomer stare? Where they're just like not there. You know, the lights are on but no one's home. That's a bit different. They're not like rude, but they are rude, but not in that way. They're rude because they just... How do I say? Like, they're just stupid. They're not like intentionally aggressive or rude. Whereas in New York, they're very aggressive. You're writing right now? What are you writing? Is it a letter to me by any chance? Should have sent another complaint titled part 2. I think my complaint was a lot of characters. I think it would have taken 7 parts. A legal life I see. It's either that or I pay for a lawyer. Guys, do you think I have money to pay for a lawyer? You want me to sell a Lambo to fund a lawyer? No way. No way. But yeah, that was the story. Did you get scammed by those people in mascot costumes that charge you money for a photo while in NYC? I did not see a single person in a mascot costume, and neither would I take a photo with them. I don't... Do you think I'm just some kind of tour... You think I'm from the countryside? I'm literally from London, and I live in Tokyo as well. I'm not gonna get scammed in a city. I'm not American, but the customer service here is so bad. Not just in airlines, but overall the things escalate pretty quickly, and you find people fighting over simple things. Yeah, I mean, that's a general observation in America too. They just fight. The lawyer should be praying to represent you and your Lambos. That's so true. Why don't I have lawyers lining up outside my door, begging to represent me? Just ask for lawyer funds, easy. Guys, I need a lawyer. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Guys, so give me money. Give me money so I don't have to sell my Lambos and my private jets and private islands for my lawyer. Please send me my GoFundMe. Fish is a city girl. I was actually, I was actually born in the countryside. I've just been living in the city for most of my life. I was actually born in the countryside. Please, Fish, become petty so we have more stories. If you guys want to know the continuation of this, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for the lawyer funds, Drake. Thank you for the super chat. It's fine. Don't actually give me super chats or any funding for the lawyer. It's alright. I'm going to represent myself. You know, sometimes fighting your own battles, it's kind of fun. It's very satisfying. Doesn't your... Oh my god.
$4.04 has been fished from Anonymous. Thanks for keeping this server running.
Anonymous, whoever you are, you do not need to give me any server contribution. Is not necessary. I was joking. One can't just joke around here and, you know, follow the story.
$4.04 has been fished from lawyer. Thanks for keeping this server running. Aegis.
Okay. No, I was joking. Stop. No more. All right. Does he have a background in law? I remember seeing that on Reddit. He does, but he works in a different kind of law. Not this kind of law.
$13.37 has been fished from Zaku.
Saku.
Thanks for keeping this server running. Lawyers funds.
No lawyer funds, guys. No. It was a joke. It was a joke. I will be representing myself. Lawyers cost a lot of money. Lawyers cost a lot of money. I will be representing myself. Don't worry about it. I'm happy representing myself. But thank you so much. W's like...
$100 has been fished from Tokotoko. Thanks for keeping this server running. Lawyer funds.
I was joking! Refund it! Buh! Buh! I was joking! Now everyone's gonna think I'm like... Now this is gonna go in the Google Doc. They're gonna be like, oh, this streamer begs for lawyer money. I said send it to my GoFundMe! I don't have a GoFundMe! I guess the lawyer's within reach. So now I don't even want to say the next thing I'm gonna say because now people are gonna think I'm actually begging for money. But no. Okay, listen, Taco. You know, there was no reason to do that, but thank you so much. Oh my god, you didn't have to do that. I was just joking. I was playing along. I was playing along with the bit. Now you can afford the best lawyer with $100. That's their hourly fee. But I guess I could for 1 hour. But thank you so much. Honestly, I was just joking. I was just making a joke. I'm representing myself because I do also get a satisfaction out of it. So honestly, I don't want to kind of get, you know, legal involved. But anonymous lawyer.
Thanks for keeping this server running. My client Tokotoko will not be retracting his statement. Bah.
My client Taco will not be retracting his statement. Bah. This is from lawyer. The lawyer. What the heck?
$4.04 has been fished from Cryptic Kai. Thanks for keeping this server running. Only tuned in for bits while working, but the situation you seem to be in is a known grey area when applying the protection of rights provided by the dot since it was caused by the airline staff. Also, lawyer funds. W begging.
Oh, so when Kai randomly comes in with like server contributions is because he's watching while he's working. Malicious compliance. The situation you seem to be in is a known grey area when applying to the protection of rights provided by the DOT, since it was caused by the airline staff. You know what? Even if it's a grey area, I'm gonna carry on fighting. There's no way I'm gonna go down without a fight. I'm gonna keep on going. You know, I'm gonna get the ombudsman involved. There's no way I'm not gonna get the ombudsman involved. I'm gonna get justice for myself, Chips. I will fight for my justice. But there's like so many things I need to fight for. The bank situation where they accused me of being a scammer and closed my account. I still need to sort that out. I haven't had the time. My sister thing. And now this. There's so many things I have to do. But I'm gonna do it, guys. I have to fight for my justice because no one else will. But thank you, dashingly bold and British anonymous lawyer Zaku Tako Maho as well. Thank you so much for the super chat as well, Maho. Thank you, lawyer and Kai. Thank you so much for all the server contributions. Thank you. You don't have to do that. I was just joking. I was literally just playing along. You guys baited me into this, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Fish lawyer arc. Would you watch me if I entered my lawyer arc? I feel like Fish gets stories even without being petty. I swear my life is like, was it the Truman Show? I feel like someone's watching me. I feel like I'm being filmed. I feel like I'm being watched by someone, like a whole bunch of people. The update, guys, the airline is closing over my complaint. I wish. That's the kind of revenge I would extract on them. I wish. Funds for you to become a lawyer? You know how much law school costs? I'd have to sell a lot of Lambos for that. But I was actually, you know, I regret not doing law in university instead of medicine. I feel like I would have enjoyed law more. Yeah, sorry. This streamer forces her chat to pay for her lawyers. You know what'd be really funny? If you guys all came at me with Google Docs and tried to sue me. And I'm like, I don't have enough money to pay for a lawyer. And then I start crying and say, I need money for a lawyer. And then you guys give me lawyer money. And then I use that lawyer money to sue you guys, reverse sue you guys. Imagine. That'd be so funny. Turns out the lawyer isn't for you, it's for us suing you for hair. Suing me because I didn't go through on my promise of taking you guys for a hair transplant. VTuber begs chat to fund her lawyers. This is gonna be the new clip on YouTube. Can you like take the screenshot picture? Is this a nice picture for the thumbnail? I've never had such issues with airlines. Holy heck. Get Phoenix right in on that. He'd have a field day. Even does Phoenix work for free? I feel like he does. He gets baited into it. Any lawyer charging 100 probably isn't the best. You know, lawyers charge a lot of money. Well, it depends on like their level. Like solicitors charging, obviously their fees are a little bit lower, but when it gets to court, like the barrister, their fees are higher. The lawyer money donations will end up being another incident like Kamen Rider Super Awesome. No. Listen, just for anyone who's new here, any server contributions I get, I do reinvest that contribution into my content. I don't use that money on myself. I do use it to make content for the channel and like, you know, upgrade equipment and stuff. I feel like I have upgraded stuff, haven't I? I bought the SSD to upgrade my PC. So all server contributions go back into you guys because I'm making content for you. So don't worry about it. I'm not buying Lambos with it. I promise. I really am not spending your money on Lambos. I promise. I would never do that. You believe me, right? I'm saying it in my most honest voice. Kai is flying a plane right now. Oh my god. The Kai is mid-air watching the stream. You need Saul Goodman, the lawyer from Soul Society. Isn't Soul Society a Bleach thing? Kai, don't text while piloting. Texting while flying. Not malicious compliance. Thunderstorms have me stuck right now. Oh, okay. So you're not flying and texting and flying at the same time. That's good. All right, guys, it's okay. Kai's not doing anything dangerous. Kai's not like flying the plane on his phone. Hold on. Justice for Fish. Wait, that could be the name of my GoFundMe. Justice for Fish. Get the president involved. He needs to know. Who's the president? Oh wait, never mind. Let's not answer this. The ombudsman will know you by name. There's different ombudsmans. Different departments. Would you still love Fish even if she were a worm lawyer? Oh, not this again. You're being watched by us. That's true, but I feel like every other aspect of my life is being watched. I'm a circus, like I'm a clown. And all these incidents are thrown at me to see how I deal with it. My Google Doc will be filled with typos, but Google autocorrects. We're suing you, Fish. Here's the money so you pay for your lawyer. That's exactly what you guys would do, WV. You'd represent yourself and sue us for legal fees. Can you not call me out? That is so true, but that is what my plan was. But now you just told everyone my plan. You know, I do charge very high fees. I would represent myself and I'd see you guys for very, very high fee amounts, okay? Well, now you've told everyone I might as well admit my plan. Suddenly a stage light falls down from the sky after you go outside. That's actually gonna happen to me. I'm gonna walk outside and realize, hey, someone's filming my life. You say that, but you probably become a barrister earning nothing for the first 15 years of your professional life, and then you say you should have studied medicine. I have some friends who went into law and they're earning pretty well. It's just they have a terrible, terrible work-life balance. But they're earning pretty well. Your 1-year anniversary gift is getting served at the lawsuit. Hold on. Oh my god, hold on, let me put this phone on silence, buzzing. Oh my god, that's so funny. Imagine that happens. Imagine you're like, congratulations, Fish, happy 1-year anniversary, and I get a Google Doc. It's a lawsuit. My lawyer had a $7,500 retainer. Yeah, they're expensive. My parents' lawyers as well. I think my stepdad's lawyer for my sister's case cost about £25,000. and my mum's cost about £10,000. They cost a lot, guys. Lawyers are not cheap. So 25,000 for my stepdad, 10,000 on my mum. That's about £35,000. That could have been my sister's schooling money, you know? Like, this stuff costs money. I don't have that kind of money. I have to represent myself. She could use it on herself. We want to use it on herself, but she won't. Time to write another Google Doc. Well, I want to be using it on stream stuff. So technically, I am using it on myself. I am using it on myself. The stream deck. Oh yeah, I got a stream deck. I got loads of stuff from you guys. I actually like... It makes me really happy, but like at home, you know, in Japan, right? I have like all my presents from the chips. Like stuff from Throne. I have it like all around my flat. And I have it like displayed everywhere. So when I walk, I see everything like from the corner of my eye. I see like a Nessie. I see like the Ring Fit. I see the stream deck. I had like on my birthday, I had, for anyone who doesn't know, I had like a Kudo board made for me. And I had it all printed and bound to a book. And I have that displayed on my table as soon as I walk in. So I actually do like display everything because I like it as my memory. Like I kept the boxes for everything as well, so I can like display it. Lambos, are we investing? Well, I don't know if Lambos are going to help my stream. Because I can't show you my Lambos on stream. They're secret. Someone audit her? Bruh, why do you want to audit me? Guys, I just have very high fees, okay? So I actually did see a Lambo today as well. So egregious, the Lambo I saw. Someone was driving one. She upgraded her Lambo so she can stream from inside. Imagine the first streamer to stream from inside a Lambo. There was this like ASMR Kutch was showing me. One of Gibby's flatmates. He was showing me this Bentley ASMR. And it was this woman just like touching a Bentley saying, Bentley. She's like a Russian woman. She's like whispering Bentley while like running her fingers over the grills and like tapping her fingers in the car like this. Bentley. I should do that, but like with Lambos, I'll be like, Lambo. Would you guys watch that? I need to find the video. I think Kutch sent it to me. I need to show you guys. It's so funny. It's so funny. What the hell? Okay, I need to find it. Hold on. I need to find it. I can't just talk about this and not show you. Hold on. Bentley ASMR lady. Bentley ASMR. Oh yeah, I found her. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. It's this, guys. It's this. Hold on. It's this. Watch this video. Do you guys know about this? Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh my god. My cheeks hurt. No. Ouch. Instead of justifies, it's justifished. That's just fish that means. Guys, watch this video. It's so funny. I'm an aspiring lawyer. Will I win? Maybe, but I'll work for free and work hard. Wait, step bro, you're a lawyer? Aspiring lawyer? Well, you're actually in school. Fish, please sue us. We want your lawsuit so bad. Is that what you guys are gonna say when I see you? Bentley. This video is so funny. Oh my gosh. I need to do a version with the Lambo, with all my Lambos. Hold on, I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. She could have that money if she sold her Lambos, but Fish has principles. Indeed, I do. I could have a lot of money, guys. If I sold all like 60 of her Lambos, I'd have so much money. But you know what? Having Lambos are more important. Did the book arrive? Yeah. The Kudo board book arrived years ago. Months ago. It arrived like a week after my birthday. Wait, Kobo, you need the video before I send the link. I know the quintessential posh vehicle in Britain is the Jaguar, so until you get one of those and put on the accent, we're good. My dad used to drive one of those back in the 90s. apparently. I never saw it myself though. Hold on. We'll put that on blast for your cat. Your cat likes Bentley ASMR. I love the ones, yeah, the meme videos of this. Yeah, people do make their own edition with other cars. The man touching the truck and doing the same. Yeah, loads of memes are made out of, but parodies were made out of it. I need to do one with the Lambo. First, ASMR to not make me uncomfortable. It felt like an advertisement. Do you feel like buying a Bentley now, Cole? Lambo. Blue Lambo. Tap, 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 tap. Green Lambo. Tap, 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 tap. Currently working for my bachelor's to get into law school. Wanna be basically. Good luck. Good luck. You're gonna be the best stepbrother ever. You could represent your brother for free. It felt like she was trying to seduce my non-existent car-centric personality. I felt seduced. Yes, it's been so long. I've been months. I make one mistake. You want to see one with the Toyota Starlet? We could do one with a fish standee? No. Oh my god, no. There's no way. You're gonna tap a fish stand and go, TRiGGERPHiSH. TRiGGERPHiSH. That's so cold, that's so cold, that's so cold. That's so cold. That's so cold. What color was the Bentley in TRiGGERPHiSH? Red. It was red. Wait, it was actually red. Oh my god, it was actually red. I actually guessed that. That video is so funny. You're making him pay double for being a fraud. You know what? That's such a good idea. He was a fraud, wasn't he?
$4.04 has been fished from Matthew. Thanks for keeping this server running. TSKR.
Matt, thank you for the server contribution. Did you say Taskaru for this? TRiGGERPHiSH. TRiGGERPHiSH. She's no better than a man. Hey. Female and male roles, okay? Wait, don't flick my fin. What the heck? Anyway, guys, I have to go. It's pretty late. I have to go. But thank you guys for joining me in today's stream. Oh god, I've got like a ton of notifications on Discord I need to sort out. I'm gonna rewatch this Bentley video after the stream. But oh god. Let me find someone to raid into. New intros is you whispering TRiGGERPHiSH. TRiGGERPHiSH. Oh, that's right. You really are a woman in male-dominated field. I remember now. Listen, we need equal representation, guys. It can't just be men. Women have to do it too. I don't hate you guys, but it's late. The flatmates are sleeping, and I think the other one wants to, like, you know.
$100 has been fished from Zaku. Thanks for keeping this server running. Thanks for the stream.
First Taco and now Zaku. Are these my lawyer fees? They're paying me for representing myself. My own representation fees. Buh, what the heck? Thank you so much. Zaku, you didn't have to do that. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, Zaku. W Zaku. Everyone please say W Zaku. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the server content. You don't have to do that to thank me for the stream. I'm gonna stream anyway. Dexander, thank you for 6 months as well. W Dexander, thanks for the stream, it was fun. Thank you for 6 months of Everclock memberships. Thank you so much. I'm like stuttering now. I've got to delete the stream. Zaku, save your money for Vexpo merch. Zaku got a surprise from his boss. Zaku's been a good boy at work. Is Zaku seeing you? Zaku can't see me. So for anyone who doesn't know, I got little gifts for the chips who are coming to Vexpo. And I got Zaku Gundam ones. So he can't see me, otherwise he won't get his Gundam gifts. They're actually... I got him a Zaku chocolate thing. They're actually working for the airline and drip feeding your decompensation. Oh my god. Any of those airline staff, I wish them very unhappy days and hot pillows. And I hope they step on UK plugs everywhere they walk. You know, our UK 3-pong plugs. They're very painful when you step on them. I hope they step on them all the time. Now you could definitely win your case. I hope. Yeah, I'm getting finally paid for my own self-representation. Delete the stream, remove the evidence. Am I stuttering? You have gifts for the chips too? What do you have? What gifts do you have for the chips? Tell me. I want to know the gifts. I didn't get a gift, she hates me. You're gonna have to go to a con that I'm in, Drake. I'm airline staff. Oh, she's cursing me. You're not customer service staff, so you're safe. If you were customer service staff, I don't know. I might be cursing you. UK plugs are the more painful ones. You don't want to step on a UK plug. Oh my god, that will... The pain is indescribable. You would give steppies to Vex for... Mods! You know what to do. Clicking my fingers. Calling mods! You'll hopefully have gifts for the chip. You guys are so cute. You guys are giving gifts to each other. That's very cute. That's so cute. Can you go like take a picture of it? Like a little gift circle. Plug doesn't matter, voltage matters. Well, UK plugs are actually very good, including the voltage. I can actually go on a whole nerd talk about this, why UK plugs are the best in terms of fusing and earthing and the voltage. I could go on a whole talk about it, but we'll do that for another stream. Alright, the UK plug rips your foot apart. It's worse than stepping on a Lego. Anyway. Can I get some pea mash as a gift? Mushy peas are disgusting. Alright. The gifts are for Vexpo attendees. If there's any... I did also give gifts to attendees of ANYC. If I'm attending any other con, I'll also have gifts for the chips there as well. Everyone's gonna get their turn, don't worry. You'll have to leave your house though. Yo, if you go bring Aegis-Link to a con in North Texas, my life is yours. I mean, hopefully if we get bigger, guys, sub to everyone. Make sure we get huge. If we become huge, maybe we can go to other cons. Maybe one day. TRiGGERPHiSH education on the deadlines of the UK plug. The deadliness of the UK plug? Those are the deadlines. Deadliness of the UK plug. UK plugs are so good. Like, I actually have a whole, like... I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm not going to get baited into this. Can I have your fickle as a gift? Mods! You have actually gone to a lot of cons for real. Yeah, we've actually been to like at least one con a month. We've done so much in Aegis-Link. I'm actually so proud of how far we've come, and like what we've achieved. But in terms of boothing at a con, we've only done 2, which is off Kaede and YC. Wait, you know what some of us look like? I forgot. Oh yeah, I do know what you guys look like. I do. I may have been spying on some of you guys in ANYC as well. Alright, guys, I've gotta go. Aegis-Link World Domination. Like, honestly... Oh, cute Red Panda video. I need to open another tab. I've got to save this one so I can see the Red Panda videos. Let me see. Who's streaming? Oh, nice. Let's raid into Limina. So, yeah, I'll raid into Limina. How long has she been streaming? 23 minutes. Okay, she just started. That's good. Gonna raid into her. Let's just set the raid up. Right, there we go. No, honestly, I really hope. I do think we're gonna grow even more. We're gonna dominate the world. We have lots more planned for this year. I really hope you guys are looking forward to it and are excited for it. Spying is so evil. It wasn't evil. I think you looked really cool, wristwatch. Red Panda emoji when? Maybe that could be. I think I have one more Ocean's supposed to make for me, so I can probably commission one. Right, it is raiding time. Hag raid tag. What? Mr. Five, do something about this. We need to get the staff member really drunk as Bexpo so they can do a big table next year. It costs money. We have to make more money. To booth at cons, we need to make more money. I'll work hard though. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get 100k subs. All right. Okay. Spying is a little accurate for fish. Exactly. You think I'll come out into the open? I'm a hacker, guys. I hide in the shadows. Who ordered fish's pickle? No, no, no! Exclamation mark raid for the real raid message. Okay. Guys, thank you so much. I've got no balls left, mods. There's nothing you can do. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. Alright. Thank you so much. Fish's ball. You know what? Leighton. Take time to think about what you just said. Right. Guys, thank you so much for coming today and hanging out. It was really fun to catch up. I didn't even end up talking about Turkey, so I'm gonna have to put that on another stream. I will be working on my schedule. Chid discrimination. What's a chid? I will be working on my schedule, which I will be posting at some point in the next few hours. Erased. Did anyone watch the anime Erased? No, we can't talk. No, I'm gonna finish. All right, it's time to finish this. Otsu Trigger. Okay, before I say Otsu Trigger, another massive thank you to Zaku, Matt, Kai, Lawyer, Taco, Lawyer again, Anonymous, Dashingly Bored and British, Chloe, Beans. Thank you so much for all the server contributions today. Thank you, Mahal and Drake, for the super chats as well today. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, I really do appreciate it. I feel like nowadays I'm not really showing my appreciation a lot, but I really do appreciate it. Like, I'm debuffed, right? I'm British, right? I have the British accent. It's a debuff, so it sounds like I sound super flat toned, but I actually do appreciate it. And I actually have so much energy in my head when I say thank you. For some reason, it just doesn't come out in my voice, but I actually do appreciate it. You guys understand that, right? You do, right? You understand that. You would never like misunderstand me, would you? You wouldn't. You understand how I really feel, right? I don't have to explain like how I feel more because you understand it already, right? Right? You guys understand me, don't you? You understand that I'm thankful? Yeah? You understand that, right? You do understand, right? I thought you did. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so as I was saying, looking forward to the fish and chip eating stream. Yes, Americans, please try to prepare some sort of fish and chips if you can. Even if it's like a fish fingers or fish bites with like fries. Let's eat lunch together. My father says hi to you. Hello, Glenn's father. Alright, learn to belt while singing so you can belt the thank you song every donation. There's a thank you song. I don't believe you. Why wouldn't you believe me? Why wouldn't you believe me? I'm so like convincing. I'm telling you in my very normal voice. Looks like she let the thing go to a trip to America. That's the omiyage I got. That's my my what do you call it? Omiyage, my souvenir. Kaemakuju. 付けられるとは思わなかった。You know, I was just you know, I was just having a normal chat. Wait, I forgot to super chat. Oh, no. Delta, you don't need to super chat. Thank you very much, though, Delta. W Delta, you don't need to do that. Alright, Sakana fry and agemo. You can get chips. Well, you can get like what do you call it? Wedges from the supermarket, Maho. But yeah, you have to get sakana fry for your fish. She's been taking the bait, never let the stream end. No, I'm ending the stream. Guys, it's time to finish this. It's time to finish this. Wait, are you going to any more cons? I want to meet you again. I will be, hopefully. We can't announce all the rest of the cons until it's time for the official announcement. But it was nice to see you again. Thank you for coming to my stream, Lord Zero. Stepbrother. I hope good luck on your law course as well. But we will be at more cons. We will announce it. Just follow our Twitter pages and also Discord, !Discord, if anyone wants to join. And yeah, we will be at the cons and stuff. Crinkle cut's okay. Tuesday, right? Yes, I will put it on the schedule so you guys can see. I was just waiting to confirm some stuff from Vexpo before I release the schedule. But I think I have all the confirmations and stuff. God, guys, it's Vexpo. It's Vexpo from this week. It's Monday today, so yeah, it's Vexpo this week. Alright, let's get this bread, as the kids say. Alright, it's time to finish this. It's time to finish this! Otsu Trigger!